Perinatal Mental Health Vertical, Speakingcube. Take this opportunity to welcome you all on the behalf of Team Speakingcube. Speakingcube is a mental health NGO registered under Uttarakhand Government MSME and NITI Aayog. I will take the opportunity to welcome our chief guest, Mrs. Bhatt, State Minister, Uttarakhand, Vice Chairman, Sanskriti, Sahitya and Kala Parishad. I welcome you, ma'am. And Dr. Neil Kobran, Founder and President, Academy of Mindful Psychology, California, USA. I welcome you, sir. Now, a word about our collaborators. PECS, the Society of Pollution and Environmental Conservation Scientists. It focuses on food quality, water quality, energy conservation, and livelihood generation. Their vision is a society with a scientific mindset that understands and addresses its issues independently. About Graphic Era University, the Graphic Era Education Society is a non-profit organization established in 1993 by Professor Kamal Ghanshala with a goal of providing world-class education and generating resources for quality education. Integration of science and special education. The aim of the seminar is to raise awareness about the importance of integrating science and technology in special education. So, without wasting much time, let's start the seminar. Going by our tradition, we'll be starting with a prayer. As light expels darkness, a solemn prayer casts away our fears, calms our souls, and fills us with strength and positivity. To invoke this positivity, I'll call upon Dr. Shanta Kumanegi, visiting faculty, Oxford University, consultant Speakingcube, to offer the prayer. Dr. Shanta Negi, please.
Sarvabhyo Namaha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassaha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassaha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassaha. Now Sanskrit and Pali. After then I will chant with Tibetan. It's called all sentient beings, and especially for all the crew member. Also for all sentient beings to benefiting for wellness and happiness with that's why we call in language should be in the Tibetan Himalayan language. So I will start from beginning from there. Sangye jodang jogye zonam la janjo bardo dane gyatso che dage jinso yebe zanam ge dola vanje sangye do bar sho. Sangye jodang jogye zonam la janjo bardo dane gyatso che dage jinso yebe zanam ge dola vanje sangye do bar sho. Sangye jodang jogye zonam la janjo bardo dane gyatso che dage jinso yebe zanam ge dola vanje sangye do bar sho. Samchen tamcha dewa dam deve gyudam dambara gyuche. Samchen tamcha dungal dam dungal ge gyudam dalbara gyuche. Samchen tamcha dungal bebe dewa dam mi dalbara gyuche. Samchen tamcha yere jadam yidam dave danyamla debara gyuche. Samchen tamcha dewa dam deve gyudam dambara gyuche. Dungal dam dungal ge gyudam dalbara gyuche. Dungal mebe dewa dam mi dalbara gyuche. Yere jada yidam dave danyamla debara gyuche. Ma namga da yambe samchen tamcha dewa dam deve gyudam dambara gyuche. Dungal dam dungal ge gyudam dalbara gyuche. Dungal mebe dewa dam mi dalbara Gurje nyere joda nyeda davi tanyom la ne paregyo. Uje ma kewa mebe chuyin na nyam je zo la mo dal ma yo. Desam je kun la de ter ma ta je pa kun la kyab to so. Rang che go yin pa ma she pa sam yo mo wang to ge ba yi. Ma ka wa ra kyen pe sam chen la yum la mo ge ge kyab to so. Cho jing ne kyu la ma ge pa ra ta nye tse ge je dang ne. Dung ta nye pe lu pa la yum yang ta ge la mu kyab to so. Do para kawa rangi sem tone gom para mi je para chawa nyem be yang pa la nyum den be la mo gyam tu sem rang jo nyeme ye she la nye su zen be ba cha ge de dra je gyang jing pa nang tu nyeme ge la mo gyam tu so Yanda ge don la ne je ge gyu de ge ten de mi she be she je don la mong ba la yum gun ge ge la mo gyam to so je da nam ge zai ye je nam ja de da en me ge da do lo me gang za la yum zo san ge ge gyam to so सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् साधु 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 So I would like to briefly translate about the Tibetan chanting, which is the all sentient beings to suffering from irrigate from the suffering and be a happiness. All mother sentient beings. So how is our Indian Indian ancient, the philosophy or scholar, they have to invent and for all the, the dedication for all sentient beings, mother sentient beings. That's all mother sentient beings will be free from suffering. That's how we conclude. Thank you and wonderful. And thank you for Dr. Deepika ji for inviting me here. So, and all the members and very good luck and thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Dr. Shantan Naiki. That was a really soothing prayer. Thank you so much. So, moving ahead, now I would like to call upon Dr. Deepika Chamoli Shahi, founder and director, Speaking Cube, academic consultant online, Southern New Hampshire and St. Leo University, USA. Dr. Deepika Chamoli Shahi.
Thank you, Major Anupa, for handing over the forum. I welcome everybody on behalf of Speaking Cube to this auspicious forum wherein we are going to make ourselves and our society aware as far as special education is concerned. So before that, let's talk about what Speaking Cube is, because probably you'll be hearing the name of Speaking Cube for the first time. Speaking Cube Online Mental Health Consulting Foundation was founded by me in the year 2019 under the advisory of Professor Dr. Rita Kumar, who's a senior professor from Amity University, Noida, and Dr. Colonel Chetan Sharda, HOD Critical Care, Yashoda Hospital. And he is also associated with Noon Hospital. So under the advisory of Dr. Rita Kumar and Dr. Colonel Chetan Sharda, I founded Speaking Cube in 2019. So Speaking Cube Online Mental Health Consulting Foundation is India-based company registered under Uttarakhand government and also registered as an MSME and in Niti Aayog. It was actually founded in 19, registered in 2020 as an LLP, as a proprietary firm, and then it was transformed into an NGO in the year 2022. The aim of Speaking Cube is to be the world-class promotive, preventive, and curative mental health service provider. And these are the objectives of Speaking Cube. The first objective is to enhance mental health at the global level through preventive and curative services, to spread awareness regarding the significance of mental health through promotive services, to promote academic and research activities through conferences, webinars, seminars, and workshops, to cover mental health services from pregnancy till eternity, and to maintain and to make mental health services accessible to all through online mode. even to a person who is sitting in the remote area of Himalayas. There are 4 different verticals of SpeakingCube. Mental health consulting vertical, perinatal mental health vertical is under mental health vertical, and the director of perinatal mental health vertical is Major Anupa. Then we have second vertical, which is educative vertical, wherein we provide internship to aspiring psychologists and counselors, certification to aspiring mental health professionals, conferences, and we conduct conferences, seminars, webinars, workshops to update the existing knowledge. Third vertical is behavioral training vertical, wherein we provide behavioral trainings on stress management, leadership skills, work-life balance, and so on to the corporates. And fourth vertical is career counseling vertical for schools. Now, these are the certification and diplomas that we provide. Few certifications and diplomas that we provide. Online certificate course in psychotherapies, online certificate course in perinatal mental health, online diploma course in trauma and grief management, online diploma in cognitive behavioral hypnotherapy, online certificate course in fertility management, and online certificate course in understanding consciousness. Now we have MOUs with few organizations, esteemed organizations. So the name of the organizations are Himalayan Tribal Buddhist Society, founded by Dr. Shanta Kumar Negi, who is a visiting faculty for Oxford University, and you have just heard him. Sahyog Society Drug Free India Campaign, founded by Mr. Pankaj Chhetri, who is an advocate of High Court, Uttarakhand, and he is the Congress spokesperson of Uttarakhand. DNA Laboratory Dehradun, and the founder is Dr. Narottam, and you will be listening to him shortly. RM Group of Institutions from Sitapur, founded by Dr. Renu Mahesh Gupta. Graphic Era University, Dehradun. We have recently signed MOU with Uttaranchal University, Dehradun, Society of Pollution and Environmental Conservation Scientist, founded by Dr. Brij Mohan Sharma. And Specs and Graphic Era, both are the collaborators in this conference. They have supported the conference for the good cause. Department of Psychology, Lovely Professional University, starting a local chapter with them. We have already started a local chapter with them in the name of Young India SpeakingCube. I mean, we'll work for the benefit of the society. Department of Psychology, Shulini University, Solan, and Smart Circuit. And Smart Circuit is an organization founded by Dr. Saurabh Kaushal, who is a Limca Book of Awardee and Guinness, and he has also made his place in Guinness Book of World Record, and he has earned a lot of awards because of his contribution in the field of education. Now, about the seminar. So SpeakingCube keeps on organizing conferences and seminar, and this time we have virtual international seminar on science and special education. The aim of the seminar is to advocate and discuss and implement the integration of science in special education. और आखिरी में मेरा सभी अधिकारियों से अनुरोध है कि हम एक अच्छे उद्देश्य के लिए सहयोग करें और उसके लिए तैयार रहें। विशेष शिक्षा समय की मांग है, बिकॉज ऑटिज्म, ADHD, लर्निंग डिसेबिलिटी ये बढ़ता ही जा रहा है। जिस तरह की हम लाइफ जी रहे हैं, जिस तरह की हमारी जीवन शैली है, उसके कारण ये बढ़ता ही जा रहा है। तो हमें अपने इन विशेष बच्चों पर ध्यान देना होगा और खासा पेरेंटिंग पर ध्यान देना होगा। सो विशेष शिक्षा समय की मांग है। आइए हम सब विशेष बच्चों को सशक्त बनाएं, और जिसके लिए आज ये सेमिनार ऑर्गेनाइज किया गया है। थैंक यू एवरीवन। ओवर टू यू अनुपा।
Thank you, Dr. Deepika, for giving us such an information about SpeakingCube. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Chetan Sharda, advisor SpeakingCube, diabetologist, Yashoda Hospital, Ghaziabad, to enlighten us with his words of wisdom. Dr. Chetan Sharda, please.
सुप्रभात आप सभी को। आई एम सो सॉरी, मैं थोड़ा सा बाहर हूँ, सो प्लीज बेयर विद मी। आप सबको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं मेरी तरफ से और स्पीकिंग क्यूब की तरफ से। जिस विषय को हम आगे बढ़ाना चाहते हैं वो एक बहुत ही सोशल विषय है और उसको अक्सर नज़रअंदाज किया जाता है, पर मैं ये बात मानता हूँ कि जहाँ से मेरी जर्नी शुरू हुई थी वहां से अब तक बहुत बदलाव आ चुके हैं, और वो बदलाव अच्छी इंटेंशंस की वजह से आए। स्पीकिंग क्यूब भी उसका एक पार्ट बनना चाहता है और सबको साथ लेकर चलना चाहता है। इस विषय पर बहुत कुछ कहा जा सकता है, पर जो मैं सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज जो मुझे मुद्दा लगता है, वो किसी भी विषय को, सोशल विषय को उठाने का, वो यूं लगता है कि जो उठाते हैं उनकी इंटेंशंस क्या है। We in Speaking Cube believe in intention first. Our intention is to create, without any selfish motive and interest, a cultural change in the perception of the society towards the one who are in most need of help. Towards that end, जो लोग, जो बच्चे स्पेशल नीड्स के बच्चे होते हैं, दे आर चिल्ड्रन विद स्पेशल नीड्स, उनको ही नहीं, उनके पेरेंट्स को और सोसाइटी को हमें अवेयरनेस लाने की बहुत बड़ी जरूरत है, क्योंकि हम उन बच्चों को रेगुलर बेसिस पे देखते हैं अपने प्रोफेशन में। मैं एक डॉक्टर हूं और मैं इस बात को समझता हूं, उनकी पीड़ा को समझता हूं। हम उनको सिर्फ इमोशनल सपोर्ट दें, इमोशनल सपोर्ट हम तभी दे सकते हैं एज अ सोसाइटी, सब कुछ तो उनको ही करना है, पर हम सोसाइटी, एज अ सोसाइटी हम उनके साथ खड़े हों। पर वो खड़े होने का जो तरीका है, एक होता है समझदारी के साथ, और एक कि हाँ हम खड़े हैं। तो मैं चाहता हूं कि हम इस तरह की अवेयरनेस बढ़ाएं, इस तरह का कल्चर बढ़ाएं, जहां पर लोग समझदारी के साथ उन लोगों के साथ खड़े हैं जिनको हमारी जरूरत है, चाहे वो ये इशू हो या कोई और बर्निंग सोशल इशू। दो चीजें मैं हमेशा बोलता हूं कि हमें दो चीजों से में डिस्टिंक्शन करनी होती है। एक होता है क्लेवरनेस या चतुराई, और समझदारी। समझदारी के साथ आगे बढ़ना बहुत जरूरी है। यही हमारे एम और ऑब्जेक्टिव हैं इस पर्टिकुलर इशू में, और यहाँ पर हमारा कोई भी पर्सनल इंटरेस्ट नहीं होना चाहिए, सिर्फ एक फोकस होना चाहिए और एक मुद्दा होना चाहिए, तभी हम वो अचीव कर सकते हैं जो हम अचीव करें। ये बोलते हुए एक चीज जो है बिल्कुल मेरे क्लियर है जहन में, और वो ये है कि हम अकेले नहीं कर सकते, वी आर अ टीम। इस टीम में जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है वो हमारे साथ जो हमारे एसोसिएट्स हैं। सो ऑन पार्ट ऑफ स्पीकिंग क्यूब, मैं उन सब एसोसिएट्स को जो हमारे साथ ज्वाइन कर चुके हैं और हमारी इस मुहिम में हमारे साथ हैं, उनका मैं तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करता हूं और शुभकामनाएं पेश करता हूं कि वो जो बिलीव करते हैं उसमें वो सफलता पाएं। पर एक सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज जो होती है किसी भी जर्नी में, वो ये होता है कि आपके साथ कौन सा पेट्रन आपके साथ खड़ा है। पेट्रनेज एक ऐसा ज्वलंत शब्द है जिसके बारे में बहुत कुछ कहा जा सकता है, पर अगर हम किसी इष्ट की पूजा भी करते हैं तो वो हमारा पेट्रन बनते हैं। ये इस लेवल पर पेट्रनेज को मैं मानता हूँ, और उनके बगैर हम आगे नहीं बढ़ सकते। तो उस तरफ अगर मैं आपका ध्यान दूं, तो हमारे पेट्रनेज जो है वो एक बहुत ही जिसको कहते हैं कि जैसा हम चाहते हैं, जिन लोगों के साथ हम जुड़े हैं उनको बहुत ही उच्च कोटि का मानते हैं हम, और उस एवज में मैं जरूर नाम लूंगा हमारी माननीय मिसेस मधु भट्ट को, जो कि स्टेट मिनिस्टर हैं उत्तराखंड की। मैं बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं उनको, जो इस तरह से हमारे साथ जुड़ने का उन्होंने संकल्प किया है, और हम इस बात को बिल्कुल आपके सामने प्रस्तुत ये करना चाहते हैं कि हमसे जो हो बनेगा, और एक सच्चे मन से हम उसको आगे बढ़ाएंगे आपका साथ के साथ। इसी के साथ मैं इस समय बंद करूंगा, और मैं चाहूंगा कि ये हमारी प्रोसीडिंग्स जो है आगे बढ़े। थैंक यू सो मच एवरीवन फॉर बीइंग देयर एंड बीइंग सो सपोर्टिव। थैंक यू जी, थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, sir. Rightly said, sir. Intention behind any work is very important. We thank you for your valuable information, sir. अब मैं आमंत्रित करना चाहूंगी हमारी चीफ गेस्ट श्रीमती मधु भट्ट जी को। मधु भट्ट जी उत्तराखंड की राज्य मंत्री और संस्कृति साहित्य एवं कला परिषद की उपाध्यक्ष हैं। संस्कृति साहित्य और कला के क्षेत्र में इनका योगदान सराहनीय है। श्रीमती मधु भट्ट जी, मैं आपसे सविनय निवेदन करती हूँ कि आज आप इस मंच को संबोधित करें और हमारे कुछ बुद्धिजीवियों को सम्मानित करें। श्रीमती मधु भट्ट जी।
नमस्कार, बहुत बहुत आभार और धन्यवाद। और मैं बहुत अपने आप को भाग्यशाली मान रही हूँ कि आज इस पूरी वर्चुअल बैठक में जो हमारी डॉक्टर दीपिका जी जो लंबे समय से स्पीकिंग के माध्यम से सबको जोड़ने का प्रयास करते हैं, मैं पहले तो उनको बधाई देती हूँ और धन्यवाद करती हूँ। क्योंकि इस गंभीर विषय को लेकर जो उनका पूरी टीम का जिन्होंने ये चिंतन किया कि नहीं वेस्टर्न कंट्रीज में तो काफी इसके पहले से काम हो रहा है, लेकिन इंडिया में भारत में मेंटल हेल्थ को लेकर स्पीकिंग ट्यूब के माध्यम से जो काम कर रही है सच में बहुत ही सराहनीय है। और उनकी जो टीम हर लेवल पर जो है हमारे पूरे जितने बुद्धिजीवी हैं, डॉक्टर हैं, सारे लोग जो है उनको सम्मानित भी करती है। ये बहुत बड़ी देखिए हर कोई अपने फील्ड में जब काम करता है उसको भी लगता है कि रिकॉग्नाइज करे, देखे, समझे कि वो अपने फील्ड में कितना अपना उसका कितना काम कर रहा है, कितना उसका डेडिकेशन है। सब सब चाहते हैं सपोर्ट होता है। हम लोग जब क्योंकि देखिए हम लोग पूरा हम सामाजिक हैं, हर कोई चाहता है, क्योंकि अभी मुझसे पहले जो चेतन जी ने कहा कि हम सब लोग जो है एक समाज से जब जुड़े हुए हम लोग सब सारे प्रतिनिधि गण हैं, हमारे अंदर वो सारे भाव रहते हैं। उन सब भावों के साथ कौन किस भाव में ज्यादा से ज्यादा काम कर रहा है उसको भी देखना हर स्तर पर, क्योंकि देखिए भावनात्मक जो होता है हमारे अंदर भावनाएं होती है और इन भावनाओं के तहत हम उस क्षेत्र में कितना अधिक से अधिक काम करते हैं। क्योंकि कई लोगों का मेंटल बहुत स्तर साइंस के क्षेत्र में कहो आप, कोई हमारे जैसे डॉक्टर कमल हुए हमारे, उन्होंने पेड़ पौधों को लेकर ही रिसर्च कर दी, हमारी बहुत सारी कई जो इसमें ही पहुंच गए। हमारी पुरानी संस्कृति को देखेंगे, ऋषि मुनियों की संस्कृति के समय से ही उन्होंने इतने शोध किए, वो ग्रंथ हमारे पास है और हमारे पास अच्छा भंडार है। अगर उस भंडार को अगर हम उसका अध्ययन करेंगे, थोड़ा भी लेंगे, तो हमारे पास लगता है कि हमारे पूरे विश्व को जो वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम की जो हमारी भावना है, संपूर्ण विश्व एक सूत्र में बांधने की जो हमारे ऋषि मुनियों ने जो कहा है, पूरा उन्होंने देखा है, आज तो विज्ञान भी उस बात को मान रहा है। तो हम लोग उस संस्कृति के लोग हैं और आज मुझे बहुत खुशी हो रही है दीपिका जी ने ऐसे ऐसे रत्नों को ढूंढ कर हमारे सामने मुझे कहा है कि मैं अपने आप को इस काबिल नहीं समझती कि मैं उनको सम्मानित करूँ, बल्कि मुझे लग रहा है कि उनके साथ बैठने का मुझे ये अवसर मिल रहा है, मैं उनको सुनने का मुझे अवसर मिल रहा है। ये मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ी अचीवमेंट है, बहुत बड़ा है, क्योंकि मैं आप सबको बहुत बहुत हृदय से वंदन करती हूँ, अभिनंदन करती हूँ, स्वागत करती हूँ। लेकिन एक प्रक्रिया है, हर कोई जब कहीं किसी सीट में जब उसको एक दायित्व दिया जाता है तो दायित्व का निर्वहन करना होता है। तो मुझे सरकार के द्वारा जो दायित्व मिला है मैं इस दायित्व का निर्वहन कर रही हूँ। लेकिन भविष्य में भी क्योंकि पद आते और जाते रहते हैं, मैं आप लोगों के साथ बिल्कुल हर तरह से जुड़ना चाहूंगी, जुड़े रहूंगी, क्योंकि आप लोग जो समाज के क्षेत्र में इतना बढ़िया विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में आप लोग इतना अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, आप सब लोग, मैं आपके साथ हर तरह से सहयोगी की भूमिका निभाऊंगी। तो इसी क्रम में दीपिका जी ने आज मुझे यहाँ पे आमंत्रित किया, यहाँ पे हमारे, क्योंकि आज जो है आभासी जो अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संगोष्ठी विज्ञान और विशेष शिक्षा का एकीकरण जो विषय दिया है, सच में बहुत ही आवश्यक है कि हम विज्ञान को भी और शिक्षा को भी एकीकरण उसका करें। और तभी उसमें जो हमारे आने वाली पीढ़ी है उसको भी समझ आएगा कि कितना जो हमारा विज्ञान है और जो हमारी शिक्षा है वो एक दूसरे की पूरक है, उसके बिना कुछ नहीं है। साथ में क्योंकि आपका स्पीकिंग क्यों और अन्य क्षेत्रों में भी काम करता है, मेंटल हेल्थ को लेकर बहुत सारे आप इश्यू रहते हैं, उनके आप शोध भी करते हैं और काम भी करते हैं। मैं अगर आप सब लोगों की इसमें इजाजत हो, आप लोग कहीं तो मैं नाम लेना चाहूंगी जिनको चुना गया है। दीपिका जी बताएं।
हाँ, आप प्लीज सर्टिफिकेट फ्लैश कीजिए।
इसमें हमारे
स्क्रीन पे एक बार सर्टिफिकेट फ्लैश कीजिए आप।
डॉक्टर राजेश सिंह हैं, डीन रिसर्च एंड इनोवेशन उत्तरांचल यूनिवर्सिटी से हैं। आपने विज्ञान में अनुसंधान और नवाचार के लिए उत्कृष्ट जो आपने किया इतना बढ़िया काम जो किया है उसके लिए आपको सम्मान किया जा रहा है, आपको पुरस्कार किया जा रहा है। और क्योंकि देखिए आपने तो बहुत ही काम किया, अगर मैं आपके बारे में पढ़ने लगूँ तो मुझे लगता है पूरा समय इसी में चला जाएगा। बहुत बहुत बधाई आपको, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
थैंक यू मैडम।
आपको बधाई और बहुत शुभकामनाएं, और आगे भी इसी प्रकार से मुझे लगता है कि विज्ञान का तो एक विराट क्षेत्र है, उस क्षेत्र में आप काम कर रहे हैं, निश्चित रूप से हमको भी सभी को उससे समाज को लाभ मिलेगा। डॉक्टर इसी क्रम में डॉक्टर रुमाना सिद्दीकी जी हैं जो प्रोफेसर हैं मनोविज्ञान की, अलीगढ़ मुस्लिम विश्वविद्यालय से आप हैं। आपने मनोविज्ञान में नेतृत्व के लिए उत्कृष्ट पुरस्कार आपको दिया जा रहा है। आपने बहुत समाज के लिए, अगर मैं कहूँ कि देखिए उस क्षेत्र में जो वहाँ की एक पृष्ठभूमि है उसमें आपने बढ़ चढ़कर काम किया। ये बहुत ये एक मैं कहूँगी बहुत ही एक महत्वपूर्ण पुरस्कार है, और इसके लिए आप आगे भी काम करेंगे क्योंकि उस समुदाय में महिलाओं की स्थिति को बहुत, क्योंकि सभी जानते हैं, आपने उसमें शोध भी किया होगा और देखा भी होगा तो किस प्रकार की कई तरह की जो गलती होती है उनसे उभर कर आए। पहले तो आपको बधाई कि आप इस क्षेत्र में आए, और साथ में आपको जो पुरस्कार दिया जा रहा है उसके लिए आपको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। हमारे साथ ही हमारे डॉक्टर अभी इसी क्रम में डॉक्टर हरप्रीत जी हैं, हरप्रीत भाटिया जी जो प्रोफेसर भी मनोविज्ञान की दिल्ली विश्वविद्यालय में। आपको मनोविज्ञान के विषय के लिए ये उत्कृष्ट पुरस्कार दिया जा रहा है, डॉक्टर हरप्रीत भाटिया जी।
थैंक यू सो मच मैम, थैंक यू।
बहुत मनोविज्ञान के क्षेत्र में बहुत अभूतपूर्व जो कार्य आप कर रहे हैं इसके लिए आप इसी तरह से आप डॉक्टर राजकिरण जी हैं हमारे पास, मनो सह प्राध्यापक हैं मनोरोग विभाग के NRI अकेडमी ऑफ साइंसेज में हैं। आप आंध्र प्रदेश से,
थैंक यू मैम।
आंध्र प्रदेश से पढ़े हैं राजकिरण जी, डॉक्टर राजकिरण जी। अच्छा साझी जी आपने दिखाई, बहुत सारी ढेर सारी शुभकामनाएं आपको। आप इसी तरह से आगे भविष्य में भी कार्य करते रहेंगे, ऐसे हमसे पूरी उम्मीद है। इसी क्रम में डॉक्टर राजकिरण जी, डॉक्टर राजकिरण जी का तो हो गया ना जी, डॉक्टर राजकिरण जी को तो हो गया। इसी क्रम में श्रीमती देव बुआ जी हैं, नारायणी देवी, नारायणी देव बुआ। आप गुवाहाटी से हैं, विशेष शिक्षा स्कूल गुवाहाटी से। आवाज आ रही है? हेलो?
हाँ जी मैम, आपकी आवाज आ रही है।
जी जी जी। विशेष शिक्षा के लिए जमीनी स्तर के लिए जो आप काम कर रही है उसके लिए श्रीमती नारायणी देव जी को बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं, बधाई। जी अभी जुड़ी है हमारे साथ। बहुत सारा आपने शिक्षा के क्षेत्र में बहुत तो एक विशेष समुदाय से जुड़े हुए गरीब जो बच्चे हैं उनके लिए आप बहुत बहुत दिल से समर्पित होकर काम कर रही हैं। आपके लिए बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत बहुत आपको शुभकामनाएं। हमारे अभी इसी क्रम में डॉक्टर अमीन वानी जी हैं, सहायक प्रोफेसर हैं आप मनोविज्ञान विभाग में, लवली यूनिवर्सिटी से। आवाज आ रही है? अच्छा मुझे अच्छा दिखाई दिए, प्रोफेसर साहब दिखाई दिए ना। तो आपको इसमें मनोविज्ञान में युवा शोधकर्ता के लिए पुरस्कार दिया जा रहा है। ढेर सारी बधाई, बहुत सारी शुभकामनाएं डॉक्टर अमीन वानी जी को।
थैंक यू मैम।
बहुत शुभकामनाएं, आप इतना अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं और इसके लिए आपको ढेर सारी बधाई। इसी क्रम में हमारे साथ डॉक्टर आकाश द्विवेदी जी हैं। आप सहायक प्रोफेसर हैं विदेशी भाषा विभाग में, केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय तेजपुर से। मानविकी और सामाजिक विज्ञान में युवा शोधकर्ता के लिए आपको उत्कृष्ट पुरस्कार दिया जा रहा है। डॉक्टर आकाश द्विवेदी जी, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं आपको। और आपने समर्पित होकर आप युवाओं के साथ काम कर रहे हैं, ये बहुत बड़ी बात है, क्योंकि बहुत आवश्यक है आज के क्षेत्र में, आज के समय में इस क्षेत्र में काम करने की। मेंटल हेल्थ को लेकर युवाओं के लिए बहुत ही आवश्यक है। और इसमें आप जो युवा विज्ञान, सामाजिक विज्ञान और युवा शोधकर्ताओं को आप जिस प्रकार से साथ में लेकर एक बहुत ही, मैं कहूँ बहुत ही उच्च कोटि का एक आदर्श स्थापित करने जा रहे हैं, ये हम सभी लोगों के लिए युवा शक्ति के लिए प्रेरणादायक है। आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। आपने इतना मैं कहूँगी विराट स्तर पे, बृहद स्तर पे, पूरे इंटरनेशनल लेवल पे जो कार्य कर रहा है और जो चुन चुनकर हमारे सामने ऐसे ऐसे, मैं रत्न कहूँगी हमारे पूरे विश्व के ऐसे उनको ढूंढ कर लाना, उनको सम्मानित करना, ये अपने आप में एक बहुत असाधारण कार्य है। इस कार्य के लिए पूरी समस्त टीम को बहुत बहुत बधाई देती हूँ, शुभकामनाएं देती हूँ। और आने वाले समय में अपेक्षा भी करूंगी और अधिक से अधिक ऐसे ग्रास रूट लेवल पर हमारे जो जिन्होंने भी इस क्षेत्र में पुरस्कार किया प्राप्त किया है, उनसे और अधिक जो प्रेरणा लेकर अधिक युवा शक्ति, मातृशक्ति, सभी लोग इकट्ठे होकर और अलग अलग दिशाओं में जरूर जाएंगे, क्योंकि ज्ञान ऐसा विषय है कि जितना बांटा जाए उतना ही कम है। तो आप लोगों के सामने बहुत सारी जो समस्याओं का आपने फेस किया होगा हर तरीके से, और कैसे किया जा सकता है, क्योंकि राजनीतिक और सामाजिक और आर्थिक तीनों पहलू होते हैं हमारे सामने। उन सबको लेकर काम करना, कई बार बहुत सारी परेशानियां होती है, डिफिकल्टीज आती है, बहुत सारी ऐसी, इससे पार पाकर आप लोगों ने जो काम किया है, आने वाले जो हमारे पास शक्तियां हैं, जो आप लोगों की सोच से जिनको लाभान्वित जो होने जा रहे हैं, वो कैसे काम करें, इसके लिए भी मैं चाहूंगी दीपिका जी एक बार ऐसा सेमिनार जरूर आयोजित किया जाए, जिसमें हमारे हर क्षेत्र के जब हम कभी जो हम सेमिनार आयोजित करें, वहाँ के एक एक कंट्री चुन लेंगे या एक एक जो भी है, हम ऐसा कॉलेज चुन लेंगे जहाँ पे हमारे यहाँ से दिग्गज प्रोफेसर हैं, बुद्धिजीवी हैं, ऐसे लोगों के साथ बैठकर कैसे किस दिशा में और ज्यादा काम बेहतर हो सकता है, उनके साथ बैठकर भी हम एक विस्तृत कार्य योजना बनाएंगे। और उसका जब हमारे पास एक कानून बन जाएगा, उसको हम जरूर जो है हम पहले तो अपने राज्य में भी दे सकते हैं, नेशनल लेवल पे और फिर इंटरनेशनल लेवल उसको करेंगे। निश्चित रूप से इसमें बहुत बड़ी हमें एक सामाजिक सहभागिता भी मिलेगी और सारे आप सभी लोगों के सहयोग से हम इसमें जरूर, मुझे लगता है हमें एक सफलता मिलेगी। बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है मुझे सच में। और मैं क्या कहूँ, मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है कि मैं किन शब्दों में आप सब लोगों को आभार भी करूँ, धन्यवाद भी करूँ, क्योंकि सामाजिक क्षेत्र में आप इतना अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, मेरे पास शब्द नहीं है। और खास तौर से कहूँ डॉक्टर दीपिका जी जिस प्रकार से लगी रहती है निरंतर हर तरीके से, क्योंकि अभी हमारा उत्तराखंड का जो है हरेला महापर्व भी आ रहा है, और हम चाहते हैं कि उसको उस हरेला पर्व को इस बार की हरियाली महोत्सव के रूप में हम पूरे विश्व में इसको मनाएं। बहुत सारी संस्थाएं हमारे साथ जुड़ गई हैं, और मैं आपको आमंत्रित भी करती हूँ 16 तारीख को। जरूर आप लोग जहाँ भी हो, जिस जगह भी हो, तो वहाँ पे एक पौधा है तो माँ और शिशु के नाम पर जरूर लगाएं। और उसका अगर सेल्फी खींचे तो सेल्फी खींचते हैं और सोशल मीडिया पे जरूर अपलोड करें। साथ में टैग कर दीजिएगा हमें संस्कृति साहित्य कला परिषद को। और हमने यहाँ पर और जब वो बड़ा होगा तो जरूर देखेंगे। जैसे जैसे वो बड़ा होगा वैसे वैसे आपकी उसमें आएगी, जैसे एक बच्चे को पालती है उस तरीके से अगर आपकी फोटो भी आएगी तो उसमें नेगेटिविटी आएगी तो मैं जरूर देखना चाहूंगी। हमें बहुत खुशी होगी कि हमारे इतने लोग जो हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं वो एक समाज में कितना बेहतर काम कर रहे हैं। शब्दों के साथ मैं आप सब लोगों को आमंत्रित भी करती हूँ हरेला महापर्व की शुभकामनाएं भी देखूंगा। और आजकल तो बहुत बड़ा एक प्रकृति का, यहाँ तो बारिश होती है, आप लोगों से यहाँ हो रही होती है, लेकिन एक प्रकृति का और हमारा जो एक समन्वय आपस में होता है उसके अनुसार ही हमारे जो त्योहार होते हैं वो भी हम मनाएंगे और मनाते हैं। बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं और बहुत बहुत आभार और धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद माननीय मधुभट जी। मैं आपका धन्यवाद करना चाहूंगी, आपका बहुमूल्य समय हमारे स्पीकिंग क्यूब को देने के लिए, न केवल समय, आपका बहुमूल्य सहयोग हमारे स्पीकिंग क्यूब को देने के लिए और हमारे बुद्धिजीवियों को सम्मानित करने के लिए। धन्यवाद माननीय मधुभट जी। Now, our next chief guest, Dr. Neil Coburn, founder and president, Academy of Mindful Psychology, California, USA. He has always been very supportive to the positive endeavor of Speaking Cube. Due to unforeseen circumstances, Sir is unable to join us today, but he has conveyed his message in support of this event. So, now moving ahead, now it's time to have the words of wisdom by Professor Dr. Rita Kumar, advisor and chairperson, Speaking Cube, Senior Professor, AIPS, Amity University, Noida. Dr. Rita Kumar, please.
Thank you so much, Anupa. Good morning, everyone. I welcome all of you on the dais and off the dais as an advisor of a Speaking Cube and as a professor at Amity University, Noida. I welcome you all and I extend my deepest gratitude. मैं तहे दिल से आप सबका धन्यवाद करती हूँ कि इस रविवार की सुबह आपने अपना बहुमूल्य समय यहाँ पर दिया और जिसका हमारा पर्पस है. The main objective of today's gathering is to discuss and present the views how the science and technology and this special education can be collaborated with each other. So that we can create a very harmonious ecosystem for our future of humanity. जो इस मानव का भविष्य है, हमारे बच्चे, वो सबसे ज्यादा इग्नोर्ड हो रहे हैं, उनकी तरफ ध्यान कम दिया जा पा रहा है इस भाग दौड़ में जो हमारे जीवन की व्यस्तताएं हैं. We all are so much busy in making our careers, and I will say that I'm not against the growth of the youngsters. This is their right. And if they are working for their profession and career, they should work. यही उम्र होती है अपने जीवन में कुछ करने की. लेकिन समाज की एक व्यवस्था ऐसी होनी चाहिए जिसके ऊपर, जिसमें कि हम इन बच्चों का ख्याल भी रख सके Keval, I will not say this special need children, they are falling in this category of special need because of few causes and factors. And because these factors need to be prevented. If we can prevent this special need uh, happening in the life of any parent, any child, then that will be a great success. And that is why I believe that today our scientist community, psychologist, sociologist, our psychiatrist, being present on the same platform and discussing and talking for the prevention, solutions, and creating a harmonious ecosystem for the best development of this child, where we will recognize and realize the potential growth of every child. In one school of special need children, these classes are being happen in the collaboration with the specs. We have started this project, and we have realized in that every child has a some special potential. And see, I always give an example of Mahakavi Kalidas. Those who are aware about the story of Mahakavi Kalidas, they can understand that in the beginning of life, he was said that बुद्धिहीन, जिसको हम कहते हैं बुद्धिहीन, यानी कि low intelligence person. But the day he determined and his potential could be tapped, now we know him as Mahakavi Kalidas. So if we believe that every child of special need have that Kalidas in them, or some Picasso, or some other great scientist, great creator in that, then our mission will be successful. Our purpose is to believe in the strength of these children instead of focusing of their weaknesses. If we start focusing on their strength, then we can do wonders. And it is not that in the modern society it is not being done. I was watching a video on internet about a child who has presented his a wonderful and awesome music performance in one reality show. And that was an autistic child who was not able to speak properly, but he sang so well. And it was live telecast, so we cannot say that anything was being designed or something. But he was presenting, and his parents were also there. So we need to believe in the potential of these children. And this is today's gathering, today's seminar. Objective is this only, so that we can bring in the technological world some technology developed for this kind of need of the society. And one more need I would like to add, which I always feel two classes are there. One is geriatric population, where the number of population is increasing, and this young children and the special need children. Everybody's problem, if we can address with collaboration and amalgamation of science, psychology, and social aspect as well. It is not that only psychologists and scientists will work, but some social aspect by sociologists also should be taken care, because in the society we need to create an ecosystem. So I pay my deepest gratitude from the core of my heart for everyone, those who are present here, and they have an interest in this discussion. So let us start our today's discussion with the deliberation of the speakers. And I will suggest all attendees, please ask the questions, rack your minds, just do the brainstorming, what you feel, clear your doubts here. This kind of platforms are very rare. You will get to speak and clear the doubts. So please let us clear our doubts and let us share our views. And if attendees also want to share any view, any creative idea they are having, please share. Feel free.
I
Will
think there
be
is a
enlightened. today. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Rita, for your words of wisdom. And I'm sure many of the people in the group, like me, will not be knowing about Mahakavi Kalidas. I actually knew about this. So thank you, ma'am. Thank you for your information and wisdom. And now I'll call upon our guest of honor, Dr. Rajesh Singh, Dean, Research and Innovation, Uttarachal University. Sir will be speaking on significance of research in the integration of science in special education. Dr. Rajesh Singh, please, sir.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm very thankful to the delegates or the person those are behind it. Speaking cues, I think honor Deepika ji. Thank you very much. And I have seen so many big shots or big organizations, NGOs are there. Those are participating with it. I have some PPT with me. I would like to share that PPT. If you will permit us, then I'll share.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, just a minute. Is it visible to all?
Yes.
All right, all right. Just a minute. Uh, Please, because I am on PPT, if something happened behind this, so actually maybe the loss of signal or disconnect, please kindly let me know in between. Actually, uh, I have taken the topic with the need of how spatial education and science get indulged with this purpose. And I have taken one model which is called Science Society Interaction Model, and I think it's called TDP taxonomy. All right. T stand for technocratic model, and D stand for decisionistic model, and D pragmatic model. The three models where I can say or think of, like as a technology guy, I'm always thinking science or technology is always my prerogative, and society is somewhere in a second porch. Means we can't give that much or think that much towards the society. We always prefer the project or the product which is in our mind or the innovations, whether that is useful for the society or not. We people are not too much of means interested, or maybe unknowingly, because we people are serving indirectly to the society by teaching the children. But always we prefer the innovation, technological innovation. In a way we are doing something, but whether it is good for society or not, that's not a big deal, because I am doing research and doing something or writing some articles to publish somewhere in the international journal, or that kind of things has happened over here. But in support to a decision makers, those having a society on top, and they are somehow not bothered too much about the science. All right. Science means they are not thinking of how we can use the latest things in the purpose of the society. So the two models are somehow things are in a different zone. Like for science people, society is secondary, and the decisionist people, they have the science in the second prerogative. But the era is with the pragmatic approach, where we need to think of the decision should be in parallel to decision of the both the things. Means both are the co-produced authority for taking decision. We need to first finalize whether my things, if I'm technologist, then we need to think whether my technology is useful for society or not. The society people get involved with the product or the innovations which you are making, whether that is useful. Means they both are same on patch, and then that kind of innovations or product is good for the society. So I always prefer in this approach, we need always in a pragmatic approach where society and science runs parallel, and the mean of science and technology somehow differ, because science, it's too popular from 300, 400 year ago. The science is, or maybe 4,000 year ago, science is in the role. The people, the scientists are doing things and finding the logic behind it. But the technology, I think it's a very recent zone, maybe the 100 or 200 year earlier, where the industrial revolution starts. Like from the 17th century, the industrial revolution, first industrial revolution, or early 18th starts. So the mean of the technology, the solution, the product which is directly useful to the society. Because in a science prerogative, maybe most of the things dies somewhere in the laboratory. Means like if I'm the chemistry people, then we always do the experiment and publish the good articles, creating good materials, smart materials. Maybe directly that is useful for the society or not, that there is a no mean. Or maybe the things which is made by the any scientist published in a good journal, and that kind of product maybe reaches to the society by the mean of different countries, industrialists or scientists. They have the exposure to create the product out of it and showcase to or throw to the society. The companies which is with the mental health in India, I have taken this slide, where there are few wellness apps and the startups, those are working with it. And I'm not going to mention the name. The peer-to-peer, there are few companies, those are working with it. There is hardware where we can think of, these are the companies. Telehealth, CCBT, which is behavioral therapy kind of. These are the startups, or you can say companies, those are working. The AI and chatbots, I have seen for mental health kind of, there are so many applications in the market. The different companies are running it, maybe open free or maybe the subscription based. B2B and childcare, so these are the few companies, those are working in India, where we can just go and talk with them, involve them in a mean of making the process ease. Similarly, in a global market, the technology which is with the testing, diagnostic, digital therapist, like hardware, peer-to-peer, I have taken few in a globe level as well. The innovation cycles means like as a technology people, how I can give, or what kind of product or innovation I can give to the person or the NGOs, those are working with this area, where they can maintain their records maybe in a proper way. The progress of the children by the use of the digital platform, can we have that kind of solutions? I think it's still missing. Maybe a few startup, maybe I don't know, or maybe not in my reach, but those are working in this area, where we can create a personalized device to monitor the individual or group of children. Maybe because technology creates some kind of investment with it, but once we'll do the investment, obvious we can plan to these kind of camera based, vision based, maybe another technology based devices. Those will monitor the individual performance, individual health, individual, I know, knowing the internal things, which is like ECG, EEG, also. So means these kind of parameters, obvious there are sensors in the market, but there are maybe not possible in mean of the individual care. But through the camera, the external activity we can monitor. If we are a dyslexia kind of things, by focusing on the individual, the writing pattern of their, the speaking pattern of their, we can record, or obvious these help, or these application will help you out, or maybe solution help you out to monitor in a better way, or we can represent or showcase that data in front of the public. So this is innovation cycle where so many waves are there. Now the era where we are living, the sixth waves going on, where we people are talking of AI, robotics, the metaverse, digital twin, AR, VR, oh, so many technology, artificial intelligence, the cloud computing, internet of things, so many, means 12, 13 technology two together, and they people are creating the better solutions with the existing one. Not the innovation never mean to do the invention first, means take a product which is not available prior in the universe. That's a deal, that's a very different deal. But in a similar simple process which is here in the market, obvious, by adding some new things in a technological way to make it more advanced or easily accessible. Like now, like you have heard, there are a lot of water bottles, or like the your sitting pattern kind of towels are available in the market. Those are like towels, you can just put it on your chair and that will let you know your sitting pattern. Because the lot of back pains or back problems are there in the market for the people, those are too much sitting works. So those towels will let you know your sitting posture and they will remind you. Obvious, in case of water bottle as well, those are a facility to settle down the reminders or timers for reminding the water necessity, the coziness of the water, means what, how much hot you need. That kind of bottles are available. But the era is now which is coming, that is called fifth industrial revolution. That is not the way now, because maybe 30 or 40 years later, we people are talking of human centric computing. And this era, it is industry 4.0. This era is for most of establishing cyber physical system. Cyber physical, fourth industrial revolution, cyber physical system. That means the things which is on and around you, non-living things, that should have a capability to speak. Like they, I have seen uh, बहुत सारे लोग ये बोलते हैं कि always use 4 liter water in a day, 6 liter water in a day, 8 liter water in a day. So many different assumptions are there, scientifically proved somewhere, doctorally, the clinically approved, yeah, this much water needed. But what about your body conditions which is roaming around? Because we people all differ with their BPs, their heart rate, their ECG, EMG, mind thoughts. There's so many things are there which is running in your brain, which is like a super, more than these so many combination of so many supercomputers. Then how the water need obviously differs for the individual health or individual body. So do we have these skills, or do we have those kind of solutions embedding with your body, and that according to your need of your body or your actual parameter which is running at a time of inside your body, can we suggest the different human centering computing is that? Means my body, if asking for only 3.5 liter in a day or 3 liter in a day, maybe that will cause something good and good for me. So we people are now thinking of human centric computing. But in a fourth revolutions, there are the mechanism to settle down timers with the different devices, and we can have the interaction with that. So fourth revolution is too much. Yes, the technology which I have told, those are, I have shown this. I think maybe it's not a too much of interest of the people, those are sitting here, because the mean of psychology or in a social mean, maybe collaboration is needed with the technology guys. Those will help you out to create so much, so good platform or so good kind of application devices to assisting special educations. So these are the technologies means we should think or maybe talk somewhere where necessary. Healthcare, I'm not going to talk too much about it. Now, see the pattern which is with the fifth industrial revolutions. And we people are here right now in a fourth industrial revolutions where cyber physical system is there. And in a future, maybe cognitive systems, mass customization of cognitive system, means it's related to human centric computing that is needed. Similarly, in education, this is the era where we people are living, that is called innovation based educations nowadays. But earlier, like in first educations, they lecture and memorization. In second, internet of things. Third, knowledge based. Fourth, it's the innovation based. and now in a fifth, which is called human-centric computing, where we people need to talk ethics and humanism-based education is necessary. So uh, if we guys are writing a nice article with the general of repute in an international label, so may is it reduces the efforts which we are making as a personal to the individual. If we have a potentials, there are so many NGOs, so many the top hierarchy people are there. Means my mean to say, because I have started the journey from very bottom, and later by serving the organizations, I learned a lot. Adoption is the necessary. We from my heart, bottom of heart, or the individual heart, they should have a curiosity and learning attitude. Then we can plan for the better future. So I think fifth industrial revolutions we need to think of, or we need to integrate or write a wonderful article. The thought process which is running in your mind, like related to a special education, can we plan uh, uh, 10 20 nice or international approved big short journals, and plan to write the wonderful article that will create a reach to at a global level. Right now all having a global reach, but another segment which is not with this domain can take access by reading those articles. If you are writing with the good journals, then obviously you will get a chance to popularize you and your company or your system to at a globe level without connecting physically or any online way to them. Those articles create a reach up to that level. I think this is not necessary. This is also not necessary in a AI which is truly a buzzword. Can we plan to develop by the use of the university? Like I have seen Graphicera University, lovely professional university, Uttaranchal. We people are from the academic side, or maybe in a domain. We need to collaborate with the computer science or transdisciplinary aspects, individuals to talk of any AI based tools or any solutions which is having a prototype. We can plan to do something for a speech and language therapy. I think all psychology people knows all these things well. But my humble submissions, we collaborate with the guys from science and technology to do something or develop some tools, which is with the name of Speakingcube, or maybe the group of NGOs. We have created a tool for monitoring the individuals by the mean of uh, and similarly, we can plan something for behavioral kind of therapy, and how we can go for. Now there is so many tools or research article I have seen where they plan to know by seeing your facial emotion. And I have also my earlier PhD scholars from lovely professional university said did wonderful work with this area, and we have got this topic of recognizing facial emotion by the use of the computer vision. And later on, because sometimes the people having a multi personality disorder, and we can't reach up to him by knowing the facial emotions. अंदर से खुश है मगर face पे कुछ और है, तो facial emotion will maybe give you the wrong result by the use of camera. But I have connected a small gadget with their hand, or that device is capable to know your physical parameters like your PP, your heart rate, and embedding the discussion over the facial emotions. They recognized if it is somehow said whether the your heart rate and BP will give the similar result. So we do this thresholding of both the devices, computer vision and band, and they both giving you the actual facial emotions by the use of artificial intelligence. So behavioral therapy we can plan accordingly, and physical therapy there are so many things which is like correcting your gait pattern, physiotherapy kind of. So physical therapy, we can plan clinical patient at home by the use of sensors, data, artificial intelligence. I know these words are easy to take, but while we people are implementing it, it's too difficult because too much hard work is necessary while we people are dealing with it. So physical therapy, behavioral or speech, it means we need to plan by collaborating, because these innovation will make us recognition at a global level. As an Indian, how we can perform, how we have our own product to survive in a market. Because I have seen, because I'm developing one solutions for AIMS Rishikesh for a mental health, uh, and I have seen so many applications which is none I have seen from India. Can we think of or most of the applications designed by UK, US, and they are charging as a subscription based. Can we have those kind of gist by embedding technology or science people together and develop some solutions which leads a market? So अ, मैंने बहुत सारे मतलब इनिशिएटिव्स का 10 साल में लिए हैं, और आई एम नॉट अ रिसर्चर्स अर्लियर, बट कंडीशंस और समय ने बना दिया. And earlier, from last 20 years, I am in the innovation side, and too many products which is laboratory based earlier, and few transferred to as a technology transfer to industry, and few mentored startups working with the nearby or in a across pan India, and they are developing some innovative solutions from yes, lab to market. From last 10 years I am with research as well, because earlier जब मेरे seniors होते थे वो सब कहते थे कि guys, you have so many good laboratory skills, good prototype with you, do you have proof? अगर आप मेरी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन छोड़ के कल कहीं किसी और ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जाते, कैसे प्रूफ करेंगे कि आपका ये प्रोडक्ट था? आपने एक वीडियो बना लिया, दिखा दिया, ग्लोबल कोई जानता नहीं है आपको, कैसे कैसे आप प्रूफ करोगे? तो आपके पास कुछ प्रूफ होना चाहिए इन फॉर्म ऑफ पेटेंट, इन फॉर्म ऑफ प्रोडक्ट, इन फॉर्म ऑफ और नाइस पब्लिकेशन इन इंटरनेशनल जर्नल ऑफ रेप्यूट. सो हमने लिखना स्टार्ट किया, एंड वी हैव स्टार्टेड विद द डिफरेंट वे, लाइक इंडस्ट्री 4.0 हमने समझा, क्योंकि हम थोड़ा इलेक्ट्रॉनिक समझते हैं, तो इसलिए फोर्थ रेवोल्यूशन समझा. और नाउ वी हैव so nice thought process, maybe the opinion in form of opinion article in the market. Do we have time, madam, or my voice is reachable to all?
Yes, Dr. Raj, I think we can wind up in another 2 minutes.
Yes. So yes, we have some articles I would like to showcase here, like in a education perspective. You guys can see uh, cogent education here, modern education, MOOC 5.0. We did something with e-healthcare of pregnant women, that those are available online. Parkinson disease, we did it with my scholars. Stress detections through artificial intelligence, we did something in a COVID time. We applied something for stress analysis, deep neural network. Facial emotions, which I have talked earlier, that facial emotion, real-time facial emotions, those we have studied, and write a wonderful article and realized it with the help of the edge computing. And similarly, the concepts of village 4.0, highway 4.0, dairy 4.0, horticulture 4.0 means, I think it's around more than 25 articles which have written in inclusion and society in role. And the publication, most of which is with the Journal of Repute, those are somewhere like technology in society. You have seen it's having a more than 10 impact factor in a international repute from elsewhere. So the most of the journal which I have focused, which is having a social mean and technological mean together, how I can raise the standard of villages at par, which is running with the industry. Why my dairy is not up to that mark? Why not my highways talking for that? All right. So similarly, these kind of infrastructure, mobility, safety, similar kind of industry 4.0 related article, why not my campus or my place, my industry, my NGO stand at par industry fourth revolutions. So now we people are working with those kind of domain. So similarly, we can plan to develop some kind of innovations for special education, embedding with AI tools. That's my motive to talk. And similarly, these are few other articles which we have written with respect to marketing, with respect to finance, with respect to supply chain, with respect to legal system, with respect to glaciers, with respect to fashion industry. So most of the transdisciplinary aspects we followed and written so nice article. It's not articles, but we have a prototype. Also, we realized a small prototype to support with this innovation. So I think I humble submissions to all the delegates and all. We need to create the global impact by writing and creating some prototypes, do patents, do publications, and something like that in that aspects. So I think this is sufficient from my side. Now I am just stop sharing, and thank you very much for giving me.
Tending seldom करके सुना है नाम?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Anupa, please go ahead.
Thank you, Dr. Rajesh Singh, for sharing the valuable information with us. As sir told about pragmatist model, that is society and science should run parallel. That is, science should be benefiting the society. And that's the motto of Speaking Cube behind this seminar, to integrate science and technology with special education for benefiting the specially able children of our society, because they actually hold a very special position in our society. So thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. Next, I would like to call upon Professor Dr. Angelina Mafula, Senior Lecturer, Department of Psychology, Faculty of Health and Sciences, University of Venda, and she will be speaking on role of individualized education plan in special education. Professor Dr. Angela Mafula, please.
Thank you. Thank you. I would like to share my slides. Can you allow me to share?
Sure, please.
Let me know when you can see my slides. Are you able to see?
Not yet. Yes. Yes, it's visible now.
Okay, thank you. It's morning in South Africa, so good morning. I was requested to talk about the role of individualized education plan in special education. So this is a very important topic. Just to kickstart my talk, the purpose of individualized education plan identifies the provision needed, and it allows, educators to set realistic goals and targets to monitor progress of children with learning disabilities or difficulties. And I think this is very important everywhere. As we know, children are unique and they have unique needs. So in the individualized education plan in special education, there are components that needs to be considered. The first one is, one needs to monitor the current level of performance of the child. This is important because, as I said, children come very unique. One child differs from the other. So when we monitor the level of performance, it allows the educators or whoever is doing the intervention to tailor make that intervention
specific to the particular child. And the second thing that is important in individualized education plan is to also be specific in terms of goals. And that can be done through assessing the child, and the use of behavioral intervention plan. It's very important so that the child can be placed correctly. And after which, when placement has happened, it is very important to monitor and evaluate the progress of the child. I'm saying so because sometimes you find that a child has progressed maybe more than the expectation. That means if monitoring and evaluation is done on a regular basis, we are able, to progress and make sure that the child is placed accordingly. Now, I will focus on individualized education plan as it plays a critical role in the realm of special education by providing that personalized roadmap map for learners with disabilities. And the first thing to consider, which is a very critical role, it's the emphasis on personalized goals. Now, individualized education plan outlines specific educational goals tailored to the uniqueness or the unique needs of each student or each learner or each child. And these goals are based on a thorough assessment of the learner's strength, their challenges, and their learning styles, because children don't learn the same way. Now, personalized goals will actually be aligned to the learner's strength, or wherever they have challenges, those goals will be tailor-made to make sure that it is aligned with their learning style. And it is designed again to cover the academic, functional, and developmental areas to ensure that, a comprehensive support is designed for that particular child. The second aspect speaks to collaborative process. And now, I think this is very important to emphasize that with individualized educational plan, there is a need for collaboration between educators, parents, guardians, and the learner, depending on the learner's ability. Now, working together becomes meaningful because then when these people are working together, they're able to set meaningful goals and determine appropriate services or support that is needed by the child. So usually the challenge comes in when, say, maybe the parents are not fully involved, or maybe the child is not, well informed about the process that is going to take place. You find that there will be a disconnect. So a collaborative process is very important when we're dealing with individualized educational plan in special education. Now, the third aspect speaks to, these specialized services and support that would be needed. And this would include, assistive technologies, as the previous speaker was saying, all these allied health personnel or professionals like speech therapists, occupational therapists. It will also involve, the teaching methods that will be used, psychologists, social workers, working together. These specialized services and support, they actually assist in modifying, and they must be modified according to the child's needs. And they will make sure that, the child makes progress in their education. So there is a need to ensure that these children are also getting all these specialized services and support. And the fourth aspect is progress monitoring. And now here we speak about, a child with needs or a child with disability, but also saying at the same time, this child has some abilities because they are capable of doing certain things. Now, when we monitor their progress, it includes a plan where we monitor, if goals are achieved. And then it also involves specifying how and when this progress will be monitored. As we measure to check or assess how much progress the child has made, we track and we can be able to pinpoint their exact progress. And this also ensures accountability and allows for adjustment, to the educational program as needed. As I said before, sometimes a child can be in a particular level of performance, but as we monitor or as we review, we see the child has made a particular progress that we must maybe increase certain parts of their learning, learning tests. So that will be determined when monitoring is done on a regular basis. In conclusion, I would like to say that individualized educational plan serves as a personalized blueprint that guides the education of a learner with disability, and it ensures that their educational needs are met in a way that promotes academic growth, social development, and future success. It also embodies the commitment to providing every learner with the support and resource that they need to achieve their full potential. Now, parents are key members of individualized educational plan. So they must play their role because they know their child very well and they can talk to their child's strengths and weaknesses and needs as well as ideas in order to enhance their child's education. In conclusion, I would say that it's important to know that even the children with disabilities, they are capable. They are capable of certain things that we might not be aware. They might even perform beyond our expectation if given a chance. And that is why it's very important to emphasize that we need to make sure that their learning is supported. We need to monitor their progress. We need to monitor how they are doing in terms of the level of performance so that we don't limit them, but we align assessments, we align the standard with their capabilities. I thank you.
Thank you, Professor Dr. Angela Mafila. As rightly said, role of IEP, that is individualized education plan, is very important in treating specially able children. Every specially able child is unique. They have their unique set of needs, and therefore they need individualized plan. And parents, of course, are the key members of this individualized education plan because they are 24/7 with the child and they have to monitor and guide the child through this. So, thank you so much, Dr. Angelina, for sharing the valuable information with us. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to call upon our next speaker, Professor Dr. Uma Shankar Singh, Assistant Professor, Department of Decision Support Methods and Cognitive Neuroscience, University of Szczecin, Poland. He will be speaking on role of special education at the global level. Professor Dr. Uma Shankar Singh, please.
I think that Dr. Uma Shankar has not joined yet, probably because of the different time zone. So it'll take some more time. So in the meantime, we can have the next speaker, please. Anupa, please invite the next speaker.
So now I would like to call upon Dr. Brij Mohan Sharma, founder and director, PEX Dehradun, and he will be speaking on parenting for special children. Dr. Brij Mohan Sharma, please.
Sneha, please flash the video. Yes, we can see it now. Okay, please play.
Ma'am, I'm sharing.
Okay. It's an extremely important video because we are running this project Sneham in collaboration with Specs. So it was the idea of Specs, and we supported the idea of Specs as a psychology partner. And this is what it is. We have just completed our level 1 and with a massive improvement in the special children. So let's watch the video first. इसमें sound है? We are not able to hear it. डॉक्टर ब्रिज आप इसे अपने एंड पर चला पाएंगे क्या? Because I think there is some problem with the audio. Dr. Bridge, you are on mute.
मेरे बाद वाले जो जिनका लेक्चर है उनको पहले कर लीजिए, मैं इतने इसको अरेंज करता हूँ. इज इट पॉसिबल? उससे टाइम वेस्ट नहीं होगा.
Okay. Dr. Raj, can we have your lecture please first?
Yes, ma'am. Sure, no issues.
Sure. We'll just fix the audio because it is important to show. Please unshare it. Kajal, please unshare it.
Can I share my PPT, ma'am?
Anupa, please invite Dr. Raj in the meantime.
Now, I would like to invite Professor Dr. Raj Kiran Dontu, Department of Psychiatry, NRI Academy of Sciences, Mangalgiri, Guntur, Andhra Pradesh. Sir will be speaking on digital screens and practical aspects in managing specially abled. So, Professor Dr. Raj Kiran Dontu.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for inviting me. What I'll do is I'll share my PPT.
Sure.
It'll be as brief as possible. Is my screen visible, ma'am?
Visible, sir.
Okay. Somehow I'm unable to change my slides. Are my slides changing?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay. There is some issue. Okay. Good morning, all. So my talk will be more of continuation from what Dr. Rajesh sir had said. What I'll be doing is that more of practical applications. I'll be enlightening you on what are the things which are applicable, like technological or digital screens in usage of special children needs. So as we all know, technology is like advancing very fast. We have a lot of things which are coming up, as sir mentioned, AI, IoT, and all those things. When we see practically, some of the things are we use in our daily life, but those things can also be used for children with special needs. Something like paper books. We these days, getting the printouts or the paper books, we are using digital books. That shares papers as well as it is environmental friendly. At the same time, we are able to carry a lot of books in a small and we are able to read a lot of books at a single point of time. So these things can be utilized very well in children with special needs. So some of these things are, the one thing which is very much which has come up is virtual reality. Now, I heard users of virtual reality specifically in particular disorders, like for example, autism. In order to improve in what happens in case of autism, their social communication is a little lacking. So, with the help of virtual reality, what happens? It's like a safe environment for them to learn, and then as they keep trying it, it becomes easier for them. So what we do in therapies, so that can be done very much easier in virtual reality. At the same time, we can keep changing the environment very easily. So what happens by encountering these scenarios in a non-threatening virtual environment, they can gradually become accustomed to them. They will be better prepared to respond calmly and appropriately in real life situations. Similarly, another application of virtual reality is in the motor disabilities. So ability to manipulate objects, so that they cannot do in the real life. So that becomes a little easier there. And the other type is, of course, tabs and handheld touchscreens. Now, very useful in case of virtual learning. Now, of course, during the time of COVID, we would realized. At the same time, it can also be used for reading, drawing, some watching devices. Difficulties in motor impairment, they can help in improving coordination and eye coordination. Some of these games which are used, specifically these driving games and all those things, when we use it specifically, so that helps some. Reading with difficulties, like comprehend written information by text to speech synthesis. And in case of autism, apps are designed specifically to improve learning capabilities. So these are some things which have been tried, some of which are being tried. This is something, this is actually a company which has developed this Nova Chat. Now, what happens is that this device look like this. So what happens is that, so it's a speech generation device. So when the child is given this speech generation device, the child hovers around or plays around with the screen, and then it creates a speech. So with that, the child will be able to, whoever has this learning or talking speech difficulties, they'll be help with these things. So it assists students with reading disabilities, reads text aloud, and also converts speech into text on the screen itself. So that becomes a little easier for them. This is a similar kind of app where Read 180. So this is designed for students with reading disabilities. Now this enables users to customize a learning program for each individual. Now when I went through their website and all those things, what I saw is that there are books, and these books, when they're open, it reads it alone, and then it for each person, each child, it again accustoms to their own needs. So at the same time, the other important thing is that it also gives feedback. So it tells how fluent the child is able to speak, and it also helps the parents to track their progress. Now, giving that feedback or getting that feedback is also an important aspect in learning. This is another similar kind of a handheld device, which augments the communication process. It helps students develop greater fluency and natural speech pattern and pronunciation. Now, device uses a combination of text and images to express language too and increase the vocabulary of the user. Then this is again actually a website where again there is an interactive software which is being developed, which helps the child with reading and math difficulties. So provide students with individualized attention and tailored education plan. So once a child starts learning through these apps, the app will assess how much the child is aware of where the areas of lacuna are there, and it tries to focus specifically on this. So it also gives a feedback on the child's progress further this one. Now this is something which has come out I think 1 or 2 years back for specifically for ADHD. Now this is again a game, and it has been approved by FDA. So what this game is, it has a lot of interactive good user interactive gaming pattern. So as the child starts using more and more this, what they observed is that inattention actually improves, and they have proved it scientifically in the published articles also on this. Now, of course, this is not for free; it is actually subscription based. But then they have supported the use of this kind of a game. So of course, we cannot use this all games, but then what we can do is that some of the practical things are what usually we get patients with this learning disabilities or special child with special abilities. So at that time, what is practical applicable or what the parents can afford easily at that level is what is important, even though we talk of all these things. So at that point of time, most of the parents have a smartphone or tab. So we can help the parents, modulate the things in such a way that at their level, how they can use the technology. So for example, audiobooks, most of those apps, there are books which are freely available. They can download even in the local language actually, which I had seen in Telugu also. So they'll download the app for free. Some of the books are for free. So that it can be used to identify what difficulties are there from our side, and then we can tell the parents, see these are the problems, and probably we can try using these things, and it becomes easier for them. Interactive boards. So the tab can be converted into these interactive boards. Some apps are there where the child can draw, where the child can use it for text to speech generation. So with that also we can help the parents at our level to improve their this one, and then graphic organizers and other things. So recently also I had a talk. That talk was mainly focused on how digital technologies are causing a lot of harm. But at the same time, if you notice, not just the harm they're using, they're doing a lot of good to the community also. This is one of the main way which we can use it, especially in case of children with special needs. When we start using this technology in a very good way, probably it can help, especially in the areas where the availability of resources are very less. Now, how does this technology help? So basically, it helps teachers to adapt to the students' teaching style. As we are all aware, each child is different. Each child learning abilities are different. Some of them they learn by seeing, some of them learn by listening, and all those things. So that will help the teachers adapt to the students' teaching style, their way of understanding. And assistive technology helps students assess curriculum and participate in class activities, and also helps students be engaged and motivated, making learn more fun and effective. Effective communication skills also help them to interact better. This is how some of the ways in which the technology can help. Now, of course, technology comes with limitations, so we should be careful, especially when we are using these digital screens. So we need to tell the parents what are the things which they need to keep in mind. So they should have some particular rules, how much time they'll be using, when they'll be using, for what they'll be using. And now the technology is so sophisticated that we have something called parental control also. So we can use that parental control in order to avoid the child navigating into something which is not required. So and then integration of this into the mainstream may take time, because even though whichever I mentioned, the different kinds of apps and websites which are available, even though they're good, the integration into our normal routine, this one may take a lot of time. Even for the teachers, the learning curve may be little difficult for them. They need to first learn, then need to understand how it is being used, how it implements, how it helps the child, and then teach the child or the parents how to go about it. Yeah, that's the thing. So with this, I'll end my talk. There are any questions, I'll happy to take it. I kept it very brief. I didn't wanted to encroach others' time. So
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Raj Kiran, for sharing the information about how technology is helping our specially able children. The information about availability of so many devices is valuable, but as rightly said, not only availability, but accessibility is also very important. Again, the cause behind the seminar is to create awareness and provide information to the general public about the availability and accessibility of science and technology for the specially able children. Thank you so much, Dr. Kiran, for providing that valuable information with us. Thank you so much, sir. Should we start with Dr. Brigmohan Sharma?
Yes. Please invite.
Now, I would like to call upon Dr. Brigmohan Sharma, founder and director, SPECS Dehradun, and sir will be speaking on parenting for special education. Dr. Brigmohan Sharma, please.
Dr. Sharma, you are on mute. आप प्लीज अनम्यूट कीजिए.
जीएमएस रोड स्थित पूर्वांचल सांस्कृतिक एवं कल्याण परिषद के भवन में संचालित किया जा रहा है. प्रत्येक शनिवार व रविवार को संचालित होने वाले स्नेहम के शिविर का उद्देश्य इन विशेष बच्चों के दैनिक जीवन को समर्थवान व सबल बनाना है. स्नेहम एक विशेष बच्चों के लिए खेल खेल में सीखने का केंद्र है. स्नेहम में विशेषज्ञों द्वारा उपचार, दैनिक गतिविधियां, लाइफ स्किल आदि सिखाकर बच्चों का चहुमुखी विकास किया जाना है. स्नेहम कार्यक्रम का मुख्य उद्देश्य दिव्यांग बच्चों की क्षमता को पहचान कर उनकी क्षमताओं को निखारना व विकसित करना है, जिससे वो आत्मनिर्भर बन सकें. स्नेहम की शुरुआत 1 जून 2024 से हो चुकी है. ये केंद्र देहरादून के जीएमएस रोड स्थित पूर्वांचल सांस्कृतिक एवं कल्याण परिषद के भवन में संचालित किया जा रहा है. प्रत्येक शनिवार व रविवार को संचालित होने वाले स्नेहम के शिविर का उद्देश्य इन विशेष बच्चों के दैनिक जीवन को समर्थवान व सबल बनाना है.
स्नेहम एक ऐसा केंद्र है जहां पे किसी भी बच्चे को जो कि दिव्यांग है उसको फोर्सफुली जबरदस्ती कुछ नहीं सिखाया जाएगा. उसको एक वातावरण दिया जाएगा, एक पर्यावरण क्रिएट किया जाएगा जिससे वो खुद उत्प्रेरित हो, मोटिवेट हो, कैटलाइज हो और उसके अंदर भावना है कि ये काम मैं भी करता हूँ और उस तरीके से वो सीखे. हम यहाँ पे 3 चीजों पे काम कर रहे हैं. एक तो थेरेपी, बहुत सारी थेरेपीज है, जैसे म्यूजिक थेरेपी है, योग थेरेपी है, स्केट थेरेपी है, फिजिकल थेरेपी है. ये थेरेपीज उसकी बॉडी लैंग्वेज को और उसके माइंड को कंसंट्रेट करने में काम आती है. दूसरी है लाइफ स्किल. लाइफ स्किल जो रोजाना उसको, चाहे उसको बटन लगाना है, पैंट पहनना है, खाना खाना है, किचन में काम करना है, टॉयलेट जाना है, सारी की सारी जो चीजें उसको नहीं आती, जहाँ जहाँ गैप्स है उनको सिखाना. तीसरा, उनको आत्मनिर्भर करना, जो कि हमारे जो प्रधानमंत्री जी हैं उनका भी एक नारा है कि जो दिव्यांग शब्द आया कि अगर उनमें एक कमी है तो 7 गुण देते हैं वो उनको भगवान जो है. तो उनकी उन स्किल्स को, जो उसकी स्पिरिट है, जो उसमें ताकत है, उसी को पॉलिश करके उसको आगे लेके जाना. इनकी क्षमता को पहचान के उस क्षमता का पूर्ण विकास करना, इसलिए इनका अपना दायित्व मान के चल रहे हैं. और ऐसे बच्चों के लिए एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म जहाँ पे सिर्फ खुशियां, जहाँ पे सिर्फ सीखना और स्वयं से करके सीखना. यहाँ पे पेन और पेपर का बहुत ज्यादा है. विदाउट पेन और पेपर हम काम करने वाले हैं, हैंड्स ऑन एक्टिविटी के साथ काम करने.
स्नेहम के माध्यम से विशेष बच्चों को जीवन कौशल की गतिविधियों के अलावा आजीविका अर्जन की दिशा में प्रशिक्षण दिया जा रहा है. स्पेक्स की इस परिकल्पना में स्पीकिंग क्यूब के वरिष्ठ मनोवैज्ञानिक व बाल विकास विशेषज्ञ अपना योगदान दे रहे हैं. विशेष आवश्यकता वाले बच्चों को योग व शारीरिक व्यायाम के साथ रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में काम आने वाली गतिविधियां भी सिखाई जा रही हैं. इसके साथ ही बच्चे कैंप में स्टेम यानी विज्ञान, तकनीकी, इंजीनियरिंग व गणित जैसी गतिविधियां खेल खेल में सीख रहे हैं. इन गतिविधियों में विशेष रूप से सहयोग दे रहे हैं डॉक्टर रीता कुमार, डॉक्टर दीपिका चमोली, डॉक्टर ब्रिजमोहन शर्मा, डॉक्टर धीरज गोयल, श्रीमती मोना बाली, कमल रजवाड़, दयाराम लखेड़ा, राम तीरथ मौर्य, अशोक कुमार, श्रुति व्यास, श्रेया, जानवी सकलानी, गुंजन बिष्ट, चंद्रा आर्या, कुसुम पंत, अभिषेक मेंदोला, सौम्या डबराल आदि. इसके साथ ही कई सहयोगी संस्थाएं जैसे स्पेक्स, स्पीकिंग क्यूब ऑनलाइन मेंटल हेल्थ कंसल्टिंग फाउंडेशन, पूर्वांचल परिषद, उत्तराखंड मुक्त विश्वविद्यालय, उत्तरांचल यूनिवर्सिटी, श्रीदेव सुमन उत्तराखंड यूनिवर्सिटी, इंडियन रिसोर्स एंड डेवलपमेंट एसोसिएशन, इरादा, ग्रास रूट अवेयरनेस एंड टेक्निकल इंस्टीट्यूट फॉर सोसाइटी, स्मार्ट सर्किट, संभव मंच परिवार, अनुकृति समाज सेवा समिति, श्रमयोग आदि अपना सहयोग प्रदान कर रहे हैं। विशेष बच्चों के लिए किए जा रहे इस प्रयास को काफी सराहना मिल रही है।
स्पेशल बच्चों के लिए जो इस तरह के बच्चे हैं, उनको समाज में अभी तक घर से ही उनको बहुत अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स नहीं मिलता है, और उनको एक अच्छा माहौल दें, थोड़ा उनको सिखाएं और उनको पढ़ाएं, थोड़ा एक्टिविटीज कराएं, तो लगता है कि ऐसे बच्चे भी हमारे समाज के साथ जुड़ के काम कर सकते हैं। और संस्था का और हमारा सभी का उद्देश्य एक ही है कि ये जो बच्चे हैं इनको हम अच्छा संस्कार भी दें, अच्छे इनके विकास के लिए जो कार्यक्रम हो सकता है, जो एक्टिविटी हो सकती है, वो हम करें। और इसके लिए मैं स्पेक्स संस्था के सभी पदाधिकारियों का और धन्यवाद देना चाहूँगा कि इस तरह के कार्यक्रम एक यही मुझे लगता है कि हमको इस सारे शहर में मिलजुल के अगर कहीं और भी करें, क्योंकि बच्चों को लाना ले जाना बड़ा मुश्किल काम होता है, तो बच्चों को हर 2-4 जगह अगर सेंटर खुल जाए तो बच्चों को बहुत अच्छा शिक्षा भी मिल सकती है।
इनकी पूरी टीम, मैं इनको हृदय की गहराई से आभार और इनका अभिनंदन व्यक्त करता हूँ, इनको बधाई शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ कि इन्होंने जो हमारे दिव्यांग बच्चे हैं उनके लिए एक अच्छी पहल की है। और हम सब जितने सामाजिक संस्था के लोग हैं, विभिन्न एनजीओ के लोग हैं, हम सबका ये नैतिक कर्तव्य बनता है कि हम भी इसी तरीके के जो समाज में रचनात्मक काम है, स्नेहम से एक प्रेरणा लेके हम भी इनका सहयोग करें, और हम रचनात्मक काम में सहयोग करके जितने हमारे दिव्यांग बच्चे हैं इनको हम ऐसा कम से कम इतना तो सक्षम करने का प्रयास करें कि ये अपने दिनचर्या के काम अपने आप कर लें। ये स्किल डेवलपमेंट से हम कुछ ऐसा प्रयास जो स्वयं ने किया है कि ये कुछ ऐसा काम करें कि जिससे कि ये अपने पाँव पे खड़े होकर आत्मनिर्भर बने। कुछ इनको यहाँ पर जो म्यूजिक टीचर हैं, क्राफ्ट वाले हैं, पेंटिंग वाले हैं, और बहुत से लोग जो सोशल फील्ड में अपना सहयोग दे रहे हैं, उन सभी का ये ध्येय है स्नेह के माध्यम से कि ये बच्चे भी और बच्चों की तरह आत्मनिर्भर बने, सक्षम बने और अपने पाँव पे खड़े होकर अपने परिवार का कुछ सहयोग दें। नहीं तो अक्सर क्या होता है कि परिवार के लोग भी परेशान हो जाते हैं कि इन बच्चों का कौन करेगा। मैं स्नेह की पूरी टीम को और आपको बधाई शुभकामनाएं देता हूँ। ऐसे जन जागरण अभियान से हम अपने और भी जो दिव्यांग बच्चे जो हमारे परिचय हैं या परिचित नहीं भी हमें पता चलता है, उनको भी लाके हम ऐसे स्नेह संस्था से जोड़े जिससे कि वो बच्चे भी इसका लाभ उठा सके।
मैं अपने आप को धन्य समझता हूँ कि मैंने इन बच्चों के साथ आकर के अपना समय व्यतीत किया और सीखा कि समाज में इन बच्चों को किस प्रकार में मूल धारा में लाना है, इनके साथ कैसे सहयोग करना है और इनकी गतिविधियों को किस प्रकार से आगे बढ़ा करके हमें इनको मुख्य धारा में लाना है। तो ये बहुत ही पुण्य का काम है। इससे बड़ा मैं समझता हूँ व्यक्ति में कोई पुण्य का काम नहीं है। इन विशेष बच्चों को जो ईश्वर ने हमें गिफ्ट के तौर पर दिए हैं, वो उपहार स्वरूप दिए हैं, इस उपहार को हम सहयोग करके रखें और इस उपहार को और लोगों के लिए, समाज के लिए एक ऐसा आदर्श बनाने का कार्य करें ताकि ये बच्चे जीवन में हमारे साथ कंधे से कंधा मिला करके देश का नाम रोशन कर सकें और इस देश को आगे बढ़ा सकें।
मैं तो हमेशा से ये मानता आया हूँ कि बच्चों के साथ जो उनको सिखाने के लिए आते हैं वो बहुत कुछ सीख करके निकलते हैं। बहुत सारे अभिव्यक्ति जो है, बहुत सारा इमेजिनेशन जो है वो इनके दिमाग में चलता है। हमें सिर्फ क्या करना है कि उसको एक दिशा देनी है, उसको बाहर निकालने का प्रयास करना है। हमें कोई इमेजिनेशन देना नहीं, इनके इमेजिनेशन से बहुत कुछ सीखना है। तो ये कार्यशाला जो है ये अपने आप में एक पत्थर समझ है, स्पेशली एबल जो बच्चे हैं जिनको ज्यादा टेंशन की जरूरत कहता है समाज, लेकिन मुझे लगता है कि उनको सिर्फ साथ की जरूरत है। आप उनके साथ समय बिताएं, वो क्या महसूस करते हैं उसको समझने का प्रयास करें। भविष्य तौर पर ये कार्यशाला सफल होगी और इसके जो नतीजे होंगे वो बहुत ही एक संदेश देंगे समाज के बीच में।
ऐसे प्रोग्राम बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है, स्पेशली बच्चों के लिए। उन्हें ये फील कराना चाहिए कि वो किसी से अलग नहीं है, क्योंकि हमारा समाज अक्सर बच्चों को ये फील कराता है कि आप अलग हो, लेकिन वो भी और बच्चों की तरह हैं और उनके अंदर भी उतना ही टैलेंट है। ये सब फील कराने के लिए ऐसे प्रोग्रामों का होना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है। जब इन बच्चों के अंदर अलग अलग तरह के ये लोग यहाँ पे चीजें सीखेंगे, इनके अंदर स्किल डेवलप होगी, तो ये भी अपने आप को कमतर नहीं समझेंगे और उन बच्चों के बराबर में ही खड़ा हुआ पाएंगे। आत्मविश्वास इन बच्चों में बढ़ेगा और ये लोग अलग अलग क्षेत्रों में अच्छा काम कर सकते हैं आगे चलकर।
स्नेहम संस्था द्वारा जो है बहुत अच्छा प्रयास है दिव्यांग बच्चों को एक मंच पर इकट्ठा करना और उनको उनसे कुछ क्रिएटिव वर्क कराना, उनको इस तरफ ढालना, इस सांचे में ढालना कि वो अपने पैरों पर खड़े हो सके, आत्मनिर्भर बन सके, उनको काम सौंपना, उनसे काम लेना बहुत अच्छा प्रयास है ये।
स्नेहम जो अब ये शुरू हो रहा है देहरादून में, ये विशेष तरह की जरूरत वाले जो बच्चे हैं उनके लिए एक प्रयास है और इसके माध्यम से उन बच्चों की जरूरतों को समझना और किस तरह से जिंदगी में आगे बढ़ा जा सकता है, इसके लिए एक साझा रास्ता ढूंढना, ये इस हमारे मिशन का मकसद है और इस तरह हम सब लोग मिलकर काम कर रहे हैं। कुछ बच्चे हम देखते हैं हमारे समाज में ऐसे हैं जो कहीं ना कहीं इंक्लूड नहीं हो पाते हैं मेन स्ट्रीम में, तो ये इंक्लूजन का कार्यक्रम भी है और उन बच्चों के साथ काम करने की बात है, मिलके सीखने की बात है और जिंदगी का आगे का जो रास्ता है उसको बनाने की बात है।
ये ऑडिबल था?
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल डॉक्टर ब्रिज, क्लियर था, क्लियरली।
ये स्नेहम जब परिकल्पना की गई तो हम कोई द्रोणाचार्य ढूंढ रहे थे और जब द्रोणाचार्य ढूंढ रहे थे तो भाग्य ने हमें डॉक्टर रीता कुमार और डॉक्टर दीपिका चमोली जी को हमारे को दिया। शरीर बनाने की जो परिकल्पना थी वो हम कर चुके थे, लेकिन उसमें दिमाग, उसमें आत्मा, उसमें AI डालने का काम जो डॉक्टर रीता कुमार और डॉक्टर दीपिका चमोली ने किया है वही इस फिल्म में दिख रहा था, बाकी कुछ था नहीं उसमें। हम सब लेवल 2 की ट्रेनिंग आज भी चल रही है, वहाँ पे बच्चे हैं, बच्चे खुश है और सबसे बड़ी बात जो इसमें एक कनेक्ट है जो हम कर पाए बच्चों के साथ। हमारा सब्जेक्ट नहीं है ये, हम तो कम्युनिकेशन और साइंस इनोवेशन के लोग हैं, हम जो कनेक्ट कर पाए बच्चों के साथ। अब बच्चा घर में जो है ना छुट्टियों में तैयार होकर सुबह कहता था कि मेरे को एक्टिविटी में जाना है, वो उत्साहित है हमारे पास आने के लिए, वो उत्साहित है हमारे साथ काम करने के लिए और उत्साह के साथ आता है, ना कि वो किसी दबाव में और उन सब चीजों में आता है। तो और इसमें जो एक्टिविटी है, जो करिकुलम है, वो टोटल डॉक्टर दीपिका जी ने और डॉक्टर रीता कुमार जी ने इसको डिजाइन किया है और उसको कराया। हमारा काम है एग्जीक्यूट करना और जितने भी हमारे वहाँ पे ट्यूटर्स हैं और इंटर्न्स हैं उनकी ट्रेनिंग भी हम लोगों ने की है। और ये स्नेहम जो है एक यूनिक प्रोग्राम है मुझे तो लगता है भारत में, क्योंकि एक्टिविटी बेस्ड लर्निंग हम लोग साइंस में बात करते थे, साइंस विदाउट बुक्स के कॉन्सेप्ट पे हम लोग 25 साल से स्पेक्स काम कर रहे हैं और हम कहते हैं कि किताबों की आवश्यकता नहीं है साइंस पढ़ने को। उसी तरह से स्किल्स को और इन सब चीजों को सीखने के लिए आपको लिखा पढ़ा होना बहुत आवश्यक नहीं है, क्योंकि मैं अपना तजुर्बा बताता हूँ, हमने इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स की ट्रेनिंग ट्राइबल्स को दी जिन्होंने कभी जो है कॉपी पेन नहीं पढ़ा, स्कूल का मुंह नहीं देखा और दे आर बेस्ट इन देयर प्रैक्टिसेस। तो मुझे यही लगता था और इसी आइडिया को लेके मैं जब दीपिका जी से और डॉक्टर रीता जी से बात हुई तो उन्होंने मतलब कितने प्यार से हाँ बोला, मैं उस एक्सप्रेशन को आज तक नहीं भूला और आखिरी सांस तक मैं उसको भूल नहीं पाऊंगा। और मैं समझता हूँ स्नेह हम जरूर बहुत सारे बच्चों की मदद कर पाएगा। और हाँ, मैं डॉक्टर दीपिका जी से आज एक बहुत अच्छा मौका है और डॉक्टर रीता जी से एक रिक्वेस्ट करना चाहूंगा कि हम स्नेहम जो है ना पूरी दुनिया में शुरू करें कि जितने भी साइकोलॉजी के स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो एक बच्चे को अडॉप्ट कर लें। अगर ऐसा बच्चा ढूंढे, एक बच्चे को अडॉप्ट कर लें और साल भर की उसकी एक प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट बनाए और उस रिपोर्ट को अगर स्पीकिंग क्यूब और स्पेक्स को देंगे तो डेफिनेटली हम उन्हें उन सारे स्टूडेंट्स को अवार्ड करेंगे। अगर इस बात की घोषणा अगर दीपिका जी और डॉक्टर रीता कर देंगी तो आज मेरा आना भी यहाँ पे सार्थक हो जाएगा।
आप सबका कंट्रीब्यूशन चाहिए इन सब चीजों को। आप किसी एक बच्चे के द्रोणाचार्य बन सकते हैं, किसी एक बच्चे के। डॉक्टर रीता कुमार जी ने बहुत अच्छी बात की कालिदास की। मैं यही कहता हूँ, दुनिया में जिन्होंने नाम किया है वो कहीं ना कहीं अगर आज की टाइम में होते तो उन्हें किसी डिसेबिलिटी में डाल दिया होता, जैसे कि हनुमान जी। तो क्या हम एक जामवंत बनकर एक बच्चे को अडॉप्ट कर लें और उस बच्चे की लाइफ को लिखें और उस बच्चे पे काम करें, तो मुझे लगता है कि हम इस दुनिया को और खूबसूरत बना सकते हैं और सुंदर बना सकते हैं। थैंक यू, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू सो मच डॉक्टर ब्रिज। और जो डॉक्टर ब्रिज ने ये बात बोली है कि ये हमारा कोलैबोरेटेड प्रोजेक्ट है और स्पेक्स एंड स्पीकिंग क्यूब सिस्टर कंसर्न है, हम लोग साथ साथ काम करते हैं क्योंकि हम लोगों का जो मोटो है वो है ही सोसाइटी के लिए काम करना। हमारे साथ बहुत अच्छी अच्छी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन जिनका मोटो ऐसा ही है वो जुड़ी हैं, जिनके नाम आपने देखे हैं, ग्राफिक यूनिवर्सिटी, उत्तरांचल यूनिवर्सिटी, स्मार्ट सर्किट, डीएनए लेबोरेटरी। इन सभी का स्पेशल एजुकेशन की तरफ और मेंटल हेल्थ की तरफ जो झुकाव है और हम जो चाहते हैं कि इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी अप्रोच के साथ हम इस मेंटल हेल्थ को एलिवेट करें और मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज को एलिविएट करें, तो यही हमारा मोटो रहता है। और डॉक्टर ब्रिज आपने ऑलरेडी ये अनाउंस कर दिया है, मेरे और रीटा मैम के अनाउंस करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, कि जो भी कोई साइकोलॉजिस्ट, बडिंग साइकोलॉजिस्ट, प्रोफेशनल साइकोलॉजिस्ट एक बच्चे को अडॉप्ट करो, बहुत अच्छा है। एक स्पेशल नीड, हमारा स्पेशल किड को अडॉप्ट करो, उसके ऊपर काम करो, उसके पेरेंट्स को हेल्प करो, और अगर हम ऐसा कर पाएंगे तो हम एक बेहतर फ्यूचर दे पाएंगे, क्योंकि ये जो बच्चे हैं यही हमारा फ्यूचर है। अभी हम लोगों ने तो अपनी एक इनिंग निकाल ली और हम चल रहे हैं अपनी सेकेंड इनिंग पर। आप लोग जो 80% हमारे पार्टिसिपेंट्स हैं, ये हमारे प्रेजेंट एंड फ्यूचर सिटीजन हैं। आप लोग कल की डेट में यंग एडल्ट से एडल्ट के फॉर्म में आप बनेंगे और इस देश का ही नहीं पूरी दुनिया का कायाकल्प करेंगे। हम लोगों ने, जब हम बात करते हैं टेक्नोलॉजी की, तो कंप्यूटर्स जब हम पढ़ रहे थे 90s के टाइम पर, तो कंप्यूटर हमारे स्कूल में नहीं होता था। It was not there in the regular curriculum, and we studied as a basic course. We studied this computer as a basic course, and that too we have paid for it. But then you people are born with technology in your hand. So what you cannot do, you can do anything and everything. So अगर हम इंस्टाग्राम पर बहुत सारी चीजें बना सकते हैं, तो ऐसी भी बना सकते हैं जो किसी को हेल्प करे, बजाय इसके कि हम सिर्फ अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स को ही आगे रखें, हम सोल्यूशन को आगे रखने की कोशिश करें, और बहुत सारे लोग ऐसा कर भी रहे हैं। सो जो भी हमसे जुड़ना चाहता है स्नेहम के फॉर्म में, मैंने ग्रुप में ऑलरेडी अनाउंस कर ही दिया है कि जो भी जुड़ना चाहता है, जो भी स्टूडेंट प्रोफेशनल जुड़ना चाहता है, वो एज एन इंटर्न और एज अ वॉलंटियर स्नेहम में जुड़ सकता है। वो चाहे आप स्पेक्स को अप्रोच करिए, चाहे आप स्पीकिंग क्यूब को अप्रोच करिए, we are there for you because we are working for the society, we all are working for the society.
इसमें डॉक्टर दीपिका जी एक चीज और भी हो सकती है, अगर कोई बच्चा देहरादून नहीं आ सकता है, वो अपने ही शहर में एक ऐसा बच्चा चुन के उस पर काम करता है, उस पर इंटर्नशिप करता है, तो स्पीकिंग क्यूब और स्पेक्स जो है उसके लिए सर्टिफिकेशन करेगा। बीच में वो वीकली प्रोग्रेस रिपोर्ट हमें भेजता रहे, फोटोग्राफ भेजता रहे, एक्टिविटी, और वो चीज डॉक्टर दीपिका, डॉक्टर गीता कुमार और मैं भी दे दूंगा। तो अगर ऐसा भी करते हैं अपने फिर स्टेशन पे, तो मुझे, और वहां पे आप स्नेहम का लोगो यूज कर सकते हैं, स्पीकिंग क्यूब और स्पेक्स का लोगो यूज कर सकते हैं। तो उससे मुझे लगता है कि हम जो है ना ज्यादा जगहों पे ज्यादा बेहतर तरीके से और ज्यादा अच्छा काम कर पाएंगे। तो यही मेरी एक आशा है इस बड़े प्लेटफॉर्म से। थैंक यू सो
So thank you Dr. Bridge, over to you Anupa.
मैं धन्यवाद करती हूँ डॉक्टर ब्रिजमोहन शर्मा जी का। स्नेह केवल प्यार नहीं है, स्नेह वो है जो एक माँ अपने शिशु से करती है। जैसे माँ भेदभाव नहीं करती अपने बच्चों में, स्नेहम का उद्देश्य यही है कि हम अपने दिव्यांग बच्चों से बिना भेदभाव किए उसी तरह से प्यार करें जैसे हम अपने बाकी बच्चों से करते हैं। मैं आप सबसे निवेदन करना चाहूंगी कि स्पीकिंग क्यूब और स्पेक्स के इस कार्यक्रम में आप अपना सहयोग दें। धन्यवाद डॉक्टर ब्रिजमोहन शर्मा। Now I would like to call upon Mr. Saurabh Kaushal, founder and director, Smart Circuits Innovation. Mr. Saurabh will be speaking on STEM activities in special education. Mr. Saurabh Kaushal, please.
Namaskar. Good afternoon to everyone. Firstly, I would like to thanks to Speakingcube and Specs Dehradun for inviting me in this virtual international seminar on integration of science and special education. So I believe the science plays a very important role, not only with the general students, but also with the special children. So today I am honored to speak about the incredible impact of STEM activities in special education and how they benefit our special children. I will also show you a few of the activities which we have developed for special children after my small talk. STEM, which stands for science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, is a very important part of modern education. These fields encourage critical thinking, problem solving, and creativity among the students. And for special education, integrating STEM activities not just beneficial, it is transformative. According to a report by the National Science Foundation, students with disabilities who participated in STEM activities showed a 20% increase in academic performance compared to their peers who didn't engage in such activities. And these statistics highlight the significant positive impact that STEM can have on a special education students. STEM activities are particularly benefits for special children for several reasons. Let me give you a few of the reasons how these STEM activities are beneficial for our special children. For example, they provide the hands-on learning experiences. Many special education students thrive in environment where they can touch, see, and manipulate objects. Whether it's building a simple machines or conducting a science experiments or coding a basic program, these activities engage multiple senses, making learning more accessible and enjoyable. Second, I believe STEM activities foster the social interaction and collaboration. Working on a STEM projects often require a teamwork, which helps students develop communication and social skills. For special education students who may struggle with the social interaction, these collaborative projects offer a safe and structured way to practice these essential skills. Moreover, STEM education promotes the independence and the confidence among the students. As a student work through the problem and find solution, they gain a sense of accomplishment. This boost in self-esteem can translate to other areas of their lives, encouraging them to take on a new challenges both inside and outside the classroom. In addition, STEM activities can be tailored to meet the diverse need of special education students. Adaptive technologies and customized lesson plans can ensure that all the students, regardless of their abilities, can participate and benefit. For example, a student with a limited mobility can use a specialized software, as mentioned by Dr. Bigmohan Sharma. We can also do all these things digitally, and we can send the material to a particular student. So a student with a limited mobility can use a specialized material or a software to engage in different activities, or a visually impaired students can use tactile material for science experiments. So there are a lot of opportunities in the field of STEM where the student can learn offline and online by sending this type of materials. Integrating STEM activities in a special education, not just about teaching science, technology, engineering, or mathematics. It's about empowering our special students to reach their full potential, which is our major objective or a goal. The 20% increase, as I mentioned, by using the STEM activities, we can increase the 20% in their academic performance. Is just a one indicator of the profound impact STEM can have. By providing hands-on learning, fostering social skills, promoting independence, and using adaptive technologies, we can create an inclusive environment where every children has the opportunity to succeed. So in this way, STEM can do a lot of things among the special children, and we have developed a few activities also for the special children. with the help of which the critical thinking, brain development, cognitive skills will increase. Let me show you one or two activities which we have developed for special children. I have one activity. So this activity is called a balloon car. If you can see the material properly here. So with the help of this one activity, student can learn a lot of things. For example, the first thing they can learn by using this activity is the color recognition. If you can see, we have a different colors on this particular sheet. One is green and another is black. So we can ask the student to identify the color, right? Where is the black color and where is the green color? So the identification is the one activity student can learn with the help of this. Next, they have to remove the parts like this. So we have different parts. So we have to remove all the parts like this. So in this way, the student will engage in this type of activities. So we have to remove all the parts. So in this way, we have removed. So removing the parts and putting the parts on the same place is another activity, right? So here the student have to identify, for example, here if you can see a square, or here if you can see a square or rectangle or a circle, then the student have to put the same part at the same place, right? So in this way also we can teach the second activity, that is how to put the the material at the same place so that they can recognize the different shapes. Now in this activity, we have different shapes. Then we have to ask, for example, what is this shape? This is a circle. And we have another shape. This is a rectangular shape. Then we have a small rectangular. So you can see, from a single activity, we can ask a lot of things. Here we can teach the student about the shape recognition. We have a circle, we have a rectangular, we have a square also. So in this way, students can learn about the shape recognition. Then the third part is the assembling. So the assembling will increase the brain and eye coordination as well as the motor skills of a student. So in this way, we have to remove all the parts from this, and then we have to put all the parts. So in this way, the student will engage also by performing the STEM activities, as well as they will learn new things related to science experiments. So I have to put the parts inside this base like this. Like this. One part I have put it. This is the second part. Third part. And the fourth part. So in this way, they have put all the four parts. Now, the next thing, with the help of this, I have to put the tires of this car. So in a very simple way, the student have to put this type of a material or a parts. And all the material which we are using in this activity is safe for a student. It's a non-toxic material, so that it is, safe for students. And in this way, we have put it the other part. And here the last part. So in this way, I have prepared the base for this car. You can see here we have 4 tires on the base. Now the last part is that, as the name is the balloon car, so we have to take one balloon. Again, here we can also teach about the color recognition. I have 2 different color. One is red, another is green. So again, we can teach about the material also. This is hard material, this is a soft material. So you can see with a single activity, we can teach a lot of concepts. This is what our main objective in STEM, to teach about different things so that the special student can learn about a lot of new things. Okay. Now the last part is here. So in this way, my car is ready. So now if I have to blow the balloon like this. So in this way, my balloon car is ready. Let me show you how it works. If you can see here. Are you able to see? So I have to release it and it will go in the other direction.
We are not able to see.
Okay,
I think it is because of the backdrop.
yes. So let me move the background to show it to you.
Sure.
Okay, just give me a second. So here you can see I have to remove it, and in this way it will go into the other direction. So in this way we can teach about this balloon car, but along with this balloon car we can teach a lot of other concepts like the color recognition, shape recognition, assembling of this thing, and after that they can again put all these things inside this, right? So in this way we have teach a lot of concepts. One more activity let me show you. Because of the time constraint, I have only 2 activities. So the second activity we have is called a bird beaks. So in this again we have these type of parts, and then we have to remove all the parts. So here again we can show, we can teach about the color recognition. Here we have a red, green, and white color. So we have to ask students what all colors we have inside this. And then the other part we have. And the good thing is that all these activities students are doing in the Sneham also. So you can say that, I mean, all these activities are proof that students are enjoying these activities. So here you can see very quickly I have attached all the 3 parts here, and my bird beak of parrot is ready, right? So in this way the students can learn about the bird beaks. So you can see, I mean, within a 5 minute or a 10 minutes, we can teach a lot of concepts to a student, which is the main objective behind this STEM education, that we have to teach the concepts to the students. And I'm sure by doing this, they will also enjoy the activities. They will also enjoy learning, right? One more bird beak. So in this way, I have this sheet. So here the objective is that, as I mentioned, the students will feel they have accomplished something after doing these activities, so that they will enjoy. This is what we want from the STEM education or STEM activities, so that by doing these activities, they will feel inspired or motivated, so that they want to do more this type of activities in future. So here, if you can see, I have these 3 different parts of this bird beak. Again, I have to just assemble all these 3 parts. And when you perform these type of a bird beak activities, and also you can make some sort of a story behind this, so that you can teach in the way of stories also to our students. So here, if you can see, I have made one more bird beak, that is the eagle, right? So in this way, we have a lot of hundreds of activities which we have developed under the banner of Sneham with Specs and Speakingcube, with the help of which we can teach STEM to a special student. Not only to a special students, if you want to, teach them to a regular students also, I mean, these activities can be beneficial for every student, because for us, special and the regular, everyone is same. So, I mean, we can teach these type of things to the students, and I'm sure they will learn a lot of things from these activities. So at last, thank you for your attention, and let's continue to support and advocate for the inclusion of STEM in special education to ensure a bright future for all of our children. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saurabh Kaushal. Indeed, the activities are very simple, educative, and exciting and interesting. In fact, I wanted that balloon car for my child also. It was really interesting. And as you said, 20% improvement, sir.
And one more thing I want to tell to all of our participants, if any one of you want this type of a material, then you can directly contact with the specs or a Speingcube. We are designing a special, this toolkit for our special children, so that we can reach out to hundreds or thousands of students to pan India. So we are ready for the support, and we also want the student in all the corner of India, those who are special children, they can learn something new from these STEM activities. Thank you.
And indeed, as you said, 20% improvement in the capability of specially able children. And the crowd will be with me when I'll say that every % improvement in a specially able child matters for the parents and for the society. So I thank you for showing such wonderful gadgets to us. And now next I will be calling upon Dr. Narottam Sharma, the Senior Scientist and Head Laboratories, DNA Lab, and he will be speaking on skill development in skill education. Dr. Narottam Sharma, please.
Dr. Narottam is occupied with some urgent work, so he has sent a video. So we'll play the video. Kajal. Please play.
Very good afternoon to all of you. And I'm very delighted to know that Speingcube under Dr. Deepika Chamoli Shahi is doing wonderful work in the last 10 to 12 years, along with SPECS, which is one of the reputed organizations, not in India, but globally also, who is taking care of the quality of food, water, health and hygiene, as well as some of the solutions. So I congratulate Dr. Deepika Chamoli and Dr. Brij Mohan Sharma sir for organizing such a wonderful event, which is a need of now. Because if we consider this stress as an infectious agent, then it would have been declared as a pandemic. So in the era of basically the stress and anxiety, such types of deliberations are very much required. So I'm Dr. Narottam Sharma, taking care of teaching and training in youths, because we have our own organization, DNA Labs, the Center for Applied Sciences, and for this virtual conference, we are the technical collaborators as well as scientific collaborators with Dr. Deepika, Madam, Dr. Brij Mohan Sharma, under the aegis of the conferences going on. So when we talk about this special education, so these are basically the special people in fact. And why I'm saying the special people is because we have trained many people in laboratories. We are in the field of life sciences, medical education, and allied sciences. So they used to grab basically in a very rapid, in a very fast speed. So the IQ as well as the grasping power of such individuals, I can say these are really special. And when we talk about this skill development in special education, it is very crucial to address which is the diverse need of such individual, such children, such wonderful children and youths, and for their growth and overall development. When talking about India, the role of specialized skills is not much required to improve the quality of education support services which we have to give to children. And when we are talking about the current scene in India, it's much unknown. And there is increased prevalence of the disability for other things because of the lifestyle disease, because of the radiation exposure, because of some sort of the inborn factors, because of dietary, some sort of malnutrition in rural areas as well as urban areas. So according to the 2011 census, 2.21% of the Indian population live with disabilities, and the number in the future would likely to increase due to unsupported unsupported, or we can say the lack of awareness also. So the shortage of trained professionals, because like Deepika Chimuri and all, they are doing wonderful jobs. Some of the NGOs I have seen, like here, the foundation, it is in Dehradun also, they are taking care of this thing, because we organized one camp with them for thalassemia, and we also organized the blind cricket tournament in Dehradun also. That was also on international level under the aegis of when Dr. Durgesh was the director of that program. So it gives an immense, the pleasure as well as happiness in you when we are, going with them, playing with them, seeing with them when they are enjoying the things. So it is a wonderful experience for our organization and especially for me. And awareness and sensitization, basically, there is a need of greater awareness and sensitization from the educators, parents, and the society and the community. It is playing a very crucial role because they are the very important part of the community, the society, and we should integrate the technology.
There is another video, Kajal. Okay.
So, we as a community also plays a very crucial role because they are the very important and integral part of the society, our society. So definitely, community engagement in special education is very crucial for creating a inclusive and supportive environment system for individuals with that needs basically special cares and with the disabilities, we can say. So awareness campaign, we have to conduct the public seminars, workshops in association with the NGO that is taking care of such wonderful initiatives. So to educate the community about various disabilities and its importance of the with respect to the society. And social media campaign, it is again very important because the social media play a very crucial role, like Facebook, Twitters, Instagrams, to share the success story, to go to meet such people, to encourage such people to do some different things, to do some things where they can also support them. And because corporate social responsibility is a very crucial thing, and we as a we are as a part of the society, and definitely to engage local business in supporting special education, funding, volunteerisms, and doing some sort of internship program for them also. That's very good, much required, and obviously the role of the parents, because they're like God for them. So the parents and family involvement it is much required, so that parents can also share their the experiences, their the how they are managing such things and what they are doing on a day-to-day basis to have the strategy and planning that can play a very crucial role. And this can be added in doing or with the support of the society communities, such types of the workshop should be done. So again, the importance of such activities is felt when we see such training programs that is happening. So it is very much crucial for all of us to come in front and support such people. So definitely with this, once again, I am very thankful to the wonderful people, Dr. Deepika Chamoli Madam, Dr. Vicky Mohan Sir, because Sir is doing a wonderful work for the last 10 years, because I can see on a day-to-day basis their activities, their workshops, their some science population program which they are conducting, and we used to learn them. I can say that from the last 10 years, because I'm working in Dehradun from 2011. So we have learned so many activities. We have learned, some sort of things that is much required for the community, for the society. It is not only to do about, the routine work. It is also the the responsibility of an individual. On every individual to take care of the environment, to take care of the society with such disabilities, and with for the such special people, and the water and other resources, the quality as well as the safety of such people very much required. So thank you very much, and once again, congratulations to the entire team. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Narottam Sharma. Indeed, skill development is very important for everyone, and for the specially able children, it is important for them to lead a normal life. So I thank you, Dr. Narottam Sharma. Next, I would like to call Professor Dr. Mohammad Amin Wani, Assistant Professor, Lovely Professional University. Dr. Wani will be speaking on need of research in special education. Dr. Mohammad Wani, please.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. I hope my presentation is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Speakingcube for inviting me in today's session. So the topic which is given to me is the need of research in special education. So we all are aware that it is not only in special education, we can say that research is the backbone for every educational pattern, educational setup. Not only in education, but we can say every aspect of life, we need to go through different researcher aspects, researches. Similarly, in special education, where we need to do that lot of research to identify the problems faced by our special children's. We need to do the research where we can understand the needs which are required in order to develop effective interventions. While we are doing the research, we try to find a lot of things. We try to unveil the hidden things. We try to find new things which will be supporting. We try to identify the problems. Similarly, in special education, we we need to require the researches in order to identify different set of problems which are faced by the students, which are faced by the educators, and also it helps us to identify what problems school face for implementing scientifically prone educational programs. Nowadays, you will find that there are various educational programs which are scientifically prone, but due to some reasons, or we can say due to some sort of unawareness, we fail to apply those educational programs in our country at all. And it also, while doing the research, it also helps us that to identify or to improve our previous or long term or long usage assessment techniques which we are using since long time. Nowadays we all are aware that with the help of information technology or social media, or we can say through modifiability, lot of things change with the passage of time. So we need to change, we need to improve. I mean, we need to redesign our assessment techniques in order to assess these people. You will find that when we talk about the special students, lot of problems are there, and nowadays IT or AI helps us to unveil, or they helps us to identify those problems. So we need to work on it so we can identify what are the assessment methods which we need to revise, what new techniques we need to do so we can find the stable assessment practices or assessment methods in order to identify the problems, in order to identify the strategies, in order to identify the needs of these particular group of society. And it also not help us in identifying the problems or design the new techniques, design the new assessment, but research will also help us to uh, we can say that validate. It helps us to validate the designs, it helps us to validate the things, because when we do the research it will help us whether the techniques, whether the assessment methods are really valid or we need to work on it. So here I'm going to pen down some, or we can say some important points which we need to learn or which we need to keep in mind where we are going to do the research in special education. Being an educator, being an we can say that academician, what I learn or what I observe that a lot of students, they come with their research proposals, they come with research concepts, but very few are there which we can say which show interest in special education. Today morning I was just unveiling the things, I was searching. What I found is very, we can say that sad, or we can say it is very unfortunate that even in our country, I was just analyzing the things, how many or which country is showing the interest in academics or particularly in special education. What I found here, I found that US, United States, they work on it. After that, we identify that United Kingdom. However, in India, when I go through the Indian aspects, I found very few of the researchers show interest in this, or they have the very few of the researchers have collaboration with the Western countries, even, or they show the interest, very few of them. So this is what I identified. It is the real data which is based on the research. So for what type of research are conducted in our country. Yes, definitely being a psychology student, we most of the time show interest in health psychology, counseling, we can say educational psychology, but this particular aspect is somehow, we can say that, forgotten. So we should come forward in order to do the researches. We should appreciate our students to show this part of to conduct the researches, so we can highlight the things, we can help this society, this part of the society. Another important thing which I identify that being an institutional part of an institution, what I found that there are some universities which show interest, like you will find University College London, they show the interest in this type of research. Even we can say that University of Minnesota, which is the famous university, it has very few research technique, or we can say that it has very few researchers come under this particular category. So even these are some university which what I found here that Indian universities, they are very we can say that less in number, particularly in this field. So these are you can say, I am just showing some important. University of Tokyo is there, London College is there, University of Washington is there, or you can see, yes, the famous university, Johns Hopkins University. Yes, it come under the criteria, it come under the category which shows interest in the special education. But still, you will find only, what I found, only 81 or 109 researchers, which I found as of now, or you can say, sorry, only 31 documents I found from this particular university, which is related, or which shows special based education, special based researchers. So you will find that John Hopkins University, which is the world's famous university, where the, I can say, the research grows, where but still we have only few number of researchers in this. It shows that there's a need to do the research in this particular area, and it will help us not only for researchers, but I can say that this will help us, researchers, academicians, students, society, or different, we can say that, stakeholders. So the research is definitely, it will help us to understand specific needs, what type of needs these people are having. When we categorize the special children, it goes either negative way, either positive way, or we can say either higher or lower. We need to identify the needs, what are the special needs for gifted one. We also need to highlight, we also need to understand what are the needs which are required for intellectually disabled students, and those who are having behavioral disorders, those who are having learning disabilities, spatial, or we can say communication related problems. We need to understand what are the special needs they require, so then we can implement, then we can help out them. When we talk about special educators or need for special students, we can be only understand when we have some data, when we have some knowledge, so we can understand, then we can help them. So the research will definitely help us to understand the special needs for this particular group. And another important, why the need is there, why research is there in this particular field, it also impacts research based interventions. As we what unfortunately what we found in India particularly, everyone became counselor, even everyone became social, became special educator. But what is the basic requirement? Which intervention is appropriate for helping the people, for helping those who are having communication related issue, those who are having language related issue, those who are having we can say that behavioral related issue. The research will help us, so it will help us which intervention is appropriate. When we need to do the intervention, it also helps us to identify. When we do the research, it will help us when we need to go for the early intervention. What is the role of early intervention in developmental disorders? And definitely when we unveil these things, when we'll understand what or the role of interventions, then definitely we may help the society, we may help them in improving their overall psychological well-being, overall quality of life, and we can also identify their potentials, we can also identify their strengths. So it is also here we can say that another important aspect is inclusion educational practices at large. That research in this area, it will help us to promote the implementation of inclusion educational practices, where we can work together, where the children with different qualities, different abilities will learn together. So researchers should not only, we can say that when they are going to conduct the research, they should not separate these people. They should bring them together. What type of special children is, they should come together and understand how one child can help the others, whether they are able to communicate with one another. If so, what type of communication need to be improvement. If they are able to help one another, then we should appreciate those things. Where we find there is need of improvement, where we think we should need to help them, or what things we need to work on, then definitely we should work on. So here there was a concept that special education, there should be the separate classrooms for special educators, but with the passage of time you will find AI, artificial intelligence is there, or we can say that online platforms. This thing was common of during the pandemic. What we people find that together to teach, when we use to online platforms to teach our students, when we use we can say the Google Meet or different type of online platforms, they really appreciate that different type of people, different category of special children come together in platform, and they used to express their things, they used to help other peoples. So research, it is only the research which helps us to do this thing. And collaborative research work, as definitely research is not the job of only one particular person. When we do the research, we need to work together, because academicians can contribute in one way, communities can contribute in another way, NGOs should come forward, they can also help us as a there are the different NGOs which already work on the special children's, they can help us. So what we need to do when we should work, or when we are going to do the research, we should do the collaborative research work. We should come forward, we should join together, so we can help the society, we can help the community, we can help these students uh, by we can say that giving our own insights. When the different types of communities, when the different people join together in order to do the research, definitely we will find the beautiful things. We will find those, sometimes as a academician I may miss something, but when we collaborate the things with NGOs, they can help us, because they are doing the things in real world. We just give the lectures, we just we can say that do the classroom activities, but these NGOs, they definitely go in the field, they are working with them, they understand these people better than us. So definitely when we do the research, definitely these we can say that organizations which are directly working with the special children's, they should come forward and we should do the research. Collaborative research should be there, and it will help us to we can say that help them, it will help us to improve their we can say that different aspects of life. Yes, not only research not only help us to understand the problem, is it not help us to help these children, but we all are aware that nowadays different types of softwares come, different type of techniques come, research different type of we can say that research techniques come. So it also helps our teachers too, because a researcher can provide the setups, it can, a researcher can provide sources, it became the source for the teacher, that what he should do, how he can deal with those children who are having communication, or what type of problem is who come under the category of special children. So the researcher also help the teachers also, they help the teachers to understand, or it we can say that it helps them to implement evidence based strategies. Or we can, there was a concept that problem focused, there was a concept before that intervention based, or now we say no, we work on the solution based things. Similarly, evidence based strategies can be applied by the teacher in the classroom only when there they have been implemented, they have been tested by the researchers. After testing any technique, after we can see the verifying any technique by the researchers, then it will be easy for the teacher. So because otherwise a teacher just without having the evidence what type of strategy is useful, definitely we can go and give the lecture, definitely it will not show as much results as those interventions are used which are evidence based, which has been proved by the researchers. So researchers also contribute, the educators, by empowering we can say that by implementing evidence based strategies and interventions in order to diverse needs of students who have any type of problem, or we can say that it also empowered educators to understand students' potential. You will find, I remember the movie Tare Zameen Par. You will find that is the best example how the teacher should come, how the teacher should help the special educator, special child. And definitely a child, maybe we can say that uh, uh, we can say that weak in one aspect, but another aspect he may be very good. So the teacher should understand, and he should apply his techniques. He should use the strategies which will explore, which will we can say that uh, which will help the child to learn more and more in appropriate way. And yes, parents and communities involvement, as I already told that we should do the collaborate work where different types of organizations should come forward. Definitely important aspect is there, or important area we should also uh, keep the parents in as a part of our researches, because sometimes we may not be able to understand the real problems, or we may not able to understand what are the causes. So parents will help us. Definitely we should understand, because the different types of parenting, it has the we can say impact on psychological, or we can say overall development. You can different types of parenting them. Definitely the parents will help us, or they can we should do, they can help us uh, to we can say that to find the collaborative efforts, awarenesses, or they can also help us to apply the techniques which we are going to suggest for our special children. For example, being a counselor, being a special educator, I may give some suggestions, I may give some interventions, but it is the role of parents is there. They can help us to do it in a proper way. For example, if you go the feedbacks, or we can say that the child come to us and we say that he or she need to continue, she need to follow these steps. It is only the parent which can help us. Otherwise the child, how he can do without having the we can say that proper supervision. So not only the special educators, not only the researchers, but parents, as well as different those people who are involved in contributing, they should come forward and they should be the part of research. And definitely researchers will help us to know, to identify the role of parenting, to identify the services provided by the different communities. And technology and special education, definitely, as since beginning I say that technology everywhere we find technology. So research, we may find advanced techniques which helps us to get the things in detail, to identify the things. Here I will share one experience. Last year uh, I was conducting the exam for special children. So what happened there, then some of the students come, they have some type of problems. So then they say that we need to go on time, we have the separate, we can the appropriate time, we need to go for the washroom, otherwise it will be very problem for us. Then we decide, okay, there was one professor from uh, I think he was from mechanical engineering. Yes, I think he was from mechanical engineering, and one was from in IT. So they decided why we should no, we should come forward and we should make some device. We should invite some device which will help these people. So when uh, we can say that the time come when they need to go for the washroom, that should beep like we are using nowadays smartwatches. So they helps us to that you need to take water, you need to move, you need to lay down, or it is the time when you need to stand up. Similarly, there should be some devices for those people particularly for special children, which will help them. So it is only the technology. With the help of this technology, we can we can contribute, and we can also help them. So definitely technology based education is important. It is not that only books knowledge we should give the previous things, or we can say that nowadays we all work on different techniques. We all work on different set of we can say that learning patterns. So definitely they should also techniques, this technology also helps us to conduct the research, or it also helps us how what type of technology should be given to those people who are having special education, who require special needs. It will be different for those who are intellectually disabled. It will be definitely different for those who are having giftedness. So researchers will also help us with that. With the passage of time, we can say that yes, we are doing the research in different areas. But as I start from the beginning, that there are the people, they show less interest. What or why? We need to identify the question why they are showing less interest in this particular. Yes, different challenges are there. Availability of data maybe the question mark. Permission may be the question mark. Funding may be the question mark. There can be lot of challenges, but we should come forward. We should work together in order to identify those challenges. And definitely the government of India, even international funding agencies are there, because you can identify the different even projects. call Call is open for the different projects also. So we should come forward, and definitely everywhere challenges are there, but when we work together, we can tackle those challenges, we can face those challenges. And definitely we should do the things together, and research will help us. Without having the information, we cannot identify, we cannot be aware, we can't be aware that where are the funding agencies, how to get the permission for the conducting the research, how we can apply the things. So definitely we should have the overview. We need to be there. Definitely we need, again, the collaboration is required there. When I'm sitting here in in Jalandhar, some people who are sitting in the central, some people who are sitting in the western countries, definitely a lot of information need to be gained. When we do the collaboration with one another, definitely so we may find the solution of these challenges. And definitely I can say that we cannot end these challenges, but we can face them, and definitely we can go to another promoting.
Sorry to interrupt you, Dr. Amin. We are running short of time, and we have another speaker. Sorry to disturb you in between.
Okay, so in conclusion here, I can say that research in special education is a powerful force for unlocking the potential of students with special needs. So by promoting equality, inclusion, and evidence-based interventions, research will help for brighten future in special education. So thank you for your patience, and sorry for taking time.
Thank you so much, Dr.
Thank you,
Amin, for
Dr.
such a
Vani.
wonderful presentation. Over to you, Dr. Anupa. Over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Vani. Thank you so much for emphasizing the need of research in special education. And I'm sure our young researchers are motivated to do so in this field. Next, I will call upon Professor Dr. Nidhi Verma, Associate Professor, Amity University, Gurugram, to speak on parenting needs in special education. Professor Dr. Nidhi Verma, please.
Anupa, can we invite Dr. Nidhi once again?
Yeah, I've invited.
Yeah, once again.
Next, I'll call upon Professor Dr. Nidhi Verma, Associate Professor, Amity University, Gurugram. Professor Nidhi will be speaking on parenting needs in special education. Professor Nidhi Verma, please.
थैंक यू मैडम। नमस्कार सभी को। तो सबसे पहले मैं मधु मैडम का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करना चाहती हूँ, क्योंकि उन्होंने हम सभी को मोटिवेट किया, एनकरेज किया इस टॉपिक को लेने के लिए। और मैं डॉक्टर दीपिका एंड स्पीकिंग क्यूब को भी धन्यवाद करती हूँ, और उसमें मैं भी एक पार्ट हूँ, और मैं भी स्पीकिंग क्यूब की सभी एक्टिविटीज में इन्वॉल्व रहती हूँ। तो ये हमने बहुत अच्छा टॉपिक चूज किया है, क्योंकि स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन के बारे में अभी भी हमारी सोसाइटी में बहुत ज्यादा अवेयरनेस की बहुत कमी है। स्पेशली जब हम बात करते हैं स्लम्स की, जब हम बात करते हैं अनप्रिविलेज्ड या लो सोशो इकोनॉमिक स्टेटस के लोगों की, तो वहां पर इस बारे में अवेयरनेस की या उनको किसी भी तरह का सूचना या ज्ञान बिल्कुल नहीं होता है कि ये साइकोलॉजिकल डिसेबिलिटी है या ये फिजिकल डिसेबिलिटी है। तो ये हमारे लिए बीइंग मेंटल हेल्थ प्रोफेशनल, बीइंग एजुकेटर्स, इट इज वेरी 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 इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस to think about, to spread the awareness about special need. Also, जब ये टॉपिक के बारे में बात हुई पेरेंटिंग नीड्स ऑफ स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन, तो अक्सर ऐसा सोचा जाता है कि स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन को क्या मतलब हाउ टू प्रोवाइड केयर फॉर स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन। बट बीइंग मेंटल हेल्थ प्रोफेशनल, वी शुड ऑल्सो बी लुकिंग टू टू वे साइड्स, क्योंकि जब ये इंफॉर्मेशन रिवील होती है किसी भी पेरेंट को कि माय चाइल्ड इज नॉट अ नॉर्मल वन, इट ब्रिंग्स लॉट ऑफ स्ट्रेस, लॉट ऑफ आई मीन स्टेट ऑफ अनहैप्पीनेस, कंफ्यूजन, सैडनेस, गिल्ट, लॉट मेनी थिंग्स। तो ये ध्यान देना बहुत जरूरी है मेंटल हेल्थ प्रोफेशनल्स के नाते कि क्या हम बच्चों को तो हम प्रोवाइड कर देंगे, लेकिन उन पेरेंट्स की मेंटल हेल्थ नीड्स का क्या हमें थोड़ा सा भी अंदाजा है, और क्या हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट है, क्या हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है टू प्रोवाइड द इंफॉर्मेशन। कैसे हम स्लम एरियाज तक इंफॉर्मेशन पहुंचाएं। कितने ऐसे केसेस हैं, अभी आई वाज लुकिंग एट द न्यूज क्लिप्स, कि जिसमें अगर किसी का बच्चा विकलांग पैदा होता है, जैसे कि आप बोलिए कि ब्लाइंड पैदा होता है, so they are not able to accept, the parents are not able to accept that my child is disabled, my child is blind, and वो as a result कहीं पे छोड़ आते हैं, कहीं किसी को मतलब दे आते हैं, या कहीं पे even they don't bother कि बच्चे को किधर छोड़ा जा रहा है, उसका क्या होगा। तो ये हमारा as a mental health professionals, ये हमारा responsibility है कि हम किस तरीके से पेरेंट्स को भी एजुकेट करें, और किस तरीके से जो गवर्नमेंट की पॉलिसीज हैं हम अवेयर करें, क्योंकि गवर्नमेंट ने भी कुछ पॉलिसीज बना रखी हैं एजुकेशन के लिए, स्पेशल हेल्थ चिल्ड्रन के लिए। सम ऑफ द पॉलिसीज आई कैन शेयर। वन ऑफ द पॉलिसी ऑफ गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया इज कॉल्ड एज समग्र शिक्षा। समग्र शिक्षा, समग्र शिक्षा जो एक पॉलिसी है, इट वाज लॉन्च्ड इन 2018 to 19, 2018 and 19. And this scheme covers the educational needs of children with special needs from class 1 to 12. तो फर्स्ट क्लास से लेके 12th क्लास तक के जो स्पेशल नीड्स चिल्ड्रन हैं, उनके लिए ये पॉलिसीज बनाई गई है, which provides various aids such as assistive devices. अब किस तरह के assistive devices प्रोवाइड होते हैं, बहुत तरह की डिसेबिलिटीज है, people who cannot listen, ठीक है, they need certain devices. Those who are not able to speak, those who cannot see, तो उनके लिए भी कुछ devices हैं, educational devices. तो such this policy it provides assistance to special need children from class 1 to 12. Provide teaching learning material also. They also provide stipend for girls with special needs. And another policy is of right of children to free and compulsory education act, that is 2009. ये 2009 में मतलब लॉन्च हुई है। This act guarantees free and compulsory education to all children, which includes disability child also up to the age of 40. एंड इसमें अमेंडमेंट भी हुआ था 2012 में, विच अलाउज चिल्ड्रन विद सिवियर डिसेबिलिटी द राइट टू ऑप्ट फॉर होम एजुकेशन। तो ये क्या हम लोगों को मतलब सोसाइटी में किस तरीके से इस एजुकेशनल पॉलिसीज के बारे में बताएं जिससे कि इस सुविधा का सभी लोग irrespective of all the socio-economic status, are they aware about it, और कैसे उन तक हम ये इंफॉर्मेशन पहुंचाएं। एक नेशनल पॉलिसी फॉर चिल्ड्रन भी है in 2013. This policy focuses on the protection and development of all children, including the child with special needs. It addresses issues like education, health, and protection from abuse. ये बात बहुत ध्यान देने की जरूरत है कि जितने भी स्पेशल चाइल्ड हैं, बहुत ज्यादा स्पेशली जो गर्ल चाइल्ड हैं, दोज हु आर स्पेशल चिल्ड्रन और इंटेलेक्चुअल डिसेबल्ड चिल्ड्रन, उनको बहुत ज्यादा अब्यूज होने की पॉसिबिलिटी होती है। तो उनको हम कैसे सुरक्षा प्रोवाइड करें, उनको हम कैसे संरक्षण प्रोवाइड करें, उनका हम किस तरीके से ध्यान रखें कि कोई सेक्सुअल और किसी भी तरह का अब्यूज ना हो। तो इस तरह की जो पॉलिसीज हैं वो हम किस तरीके से लोगों तक पहुंचाएं, ये हम लोगों का एज अ मेंटल हेल्थ प्रोफेशनल और एजुकेटर्स हमारा कर्तव्य बनता है। और मेरा पूरा कंट्रीब्यूशन जो है दीपिका मैडम के साथ जितना भी मैं सहयोग कर सकती हूँ मैं करूंगी। और आई कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट डॉक्टर दीपिका मैडम जो फ्लैग बियरर है, और सिर्फ इसी एरिया में नहीं है, बहुत सारे मैम नोबल कॉजेस करती हैं। और मेरा भी ये प्रयत्न रहता है कि मैम हमें आगे मतलब ले जा रही हैं तो हमारी भी कोशिश, मेरी भी रहती है, क्योंकि अकेला कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता है, तो एक मोटिवेटर होना जरूरी है। तो मैं ऑनेस्टली आई एम जस्ट टेलिंग कि मैम इज अ मोटिवेटर एटलीस्ट टू मेनी पीपल, वन ऑफ देम इज मी, एंड whatever I am trying to contribute, that is all because of madam. Otherwise मैं I am not just boasting it, मैं बोस्ट नहीं करना चाहती हूँ, लेकिन ये सच है। अदरवाइज अकेला कोई व्यक्ति कर नहीं पाता है। तो जो भी सहयोग मुझसे बनता है, मेरी पूरी कोशिश रहेगी। और थैंक यू सो मच मैम।
Thank you so much, Dr. Nidhi, for your wonderful words. और स्पीकिंग क्यूब डॉक्टर दीपिका चमोली नहीं है, स्पीकिंग क्यूब एक परिवार है जिसमें सबसे पहले हमारे एडवाइजर्स आते हैं, डॉक्टर रीता कुमार और कर्नल चेतन, मैं हूँ और डॉक्टर निधि हैं, और बहुत सारे हमारे एक्सपर्ट्स हैं जो हम एक ही लक्ष्य के लिए, एक ही गोल के लिए एक साथ मिलके काम करते हैं। हम ये नहीं सोचते कि ये होगा क्या, कैसे होगा, हमें बस ये होता है कि हमें अवेयरनेस करनी है, और हम सब मिलते हैं और करते हैं। सो ये एक इंटेंशन नहीं है, ये सिर्फ एक दीपिका चमोली की इंटेंशन नहीं है, ये हजारों इंटेंशन है स्पीकिंग क्यूब में, जिसकी वजह से हम इस तरह के प्रोग्राम्स और अच्छे प्रोग्राम्स जो कि समाज को हेल्प करने वाले, सहायता देने वाले प्रोग्राम्स कर पाते हैं, और अपना थोड़ा बहुत कंट्रीब्यूशन, ये योगदान हम समाज की तरफ दे सकते हैं। तो थैंक यू डॉक्टर निधि, थैंक यू। Over to you, Anupa, and Mr. Pankaj is here, and on a very short notice, he has agreed to felicitate our creative team, plus to be our guest of honor. And he is still, you all can see that he is still there in the car. So वो कोर्ट में ही है, और वो कार में बैठकर अभी हम इस प्रोग्राम के लिए 5 मिनट उन्होंने निकाले हैं। So Anupa, please invite Mr. Pankaj.
Now I would like to invite Mr. Pankaj Chetri, Advocate High Court Uttarakhand and spokesperson Uttarakhand Congress, to start with the facilitation ceremony. Mr. Pankaj Chetri, please.
Thank you so much, Dr. Deepika. और सबसे पहले मैं ये मेरा सौभाग्य है कि आपने मुझे अवसर दिया, और मैं क्योंकि ट्रैवल कर रहा हूँ तो इसलिए माफी चाहता हूँ, कार में बैठा हूँ, कुछ भी अगर थोड़ा कैजुअल वे में हूँ तो इसके लिए माफी चाहता हूँ। और आप लोग बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, और मेरा सौभाग्य है कि आज क्रिएटिव टीम को ऑनर करने के लिए आपने मतलब ये शुभ अवसर मुझे दिया है। और जो स्पेक्स हैं और ग्राफिक करा के साथ जो कलेक्टिव एफर्ट्स आज आप लोगों ने किया है, इसके लिए मैं आप लोग को बहुत पहले तो पूरे समाज की तरफ से धन्यवाद देता हूं, और दिल से बहुत आभार प्रकट करता हूं कि आप लोग ये इतने बड़े इश्यूज पे एक एक प्लेटफॉर्म पे आके कलेक्टिव एफर्ट्स के साथ काम कर रहे हैं। इसके लिए आपको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। और जो भी मेरे से हो पाएगा मैं हमेशा आपके साथ बिल्कुल जुड़ा हुआ हूँ हर तरीके से। धन्यवाद।
पहला जो है वो स्नेहा भारद्वाज का अवार्ड है।
स्नेहा भारद्वाज जी को मैं बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूँ, शुभकामनाएं। आप लोग बहुत अच्छा काम कर रहे हैं, क्रिएटिव टीम पूरी। और स्नेहा भारद्वाज जी को जो आज मुझे अवसर मिला है, तो स्नेहा भारद्वाज जी आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई, भविष्य के लिए बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। ऐसी
Thank you,
काम
sir.
करते रहिए और समाज को, आप जैसे युवाओं की और आप जैसे जो देश को बहुत जरूरत है आप जैसे युवाओं की। बहुत बहुत बधाई, शुभकामनाएं।
दूसरा कोमल तोमर को, जो कि एचआर इंटर्न है स्पीकिंग क्यूब में। स्नेहा, ये आप सर्टिफिकेट हटा दो, इसको फ्लैश करने की जरूरत नहीं है, इसे हटा दो।
काजल तोमर जी, काजल तोमर जी को बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। और आप बहुत अच्छा कार्य कर रहे हैं सभी लोग, और इसी तरीके से आप लोग करते रहें। और सोसाइटी में एक एक व्यक्ति की, आप जैसे लोगों की जरूरत है। आज की जो सेल्फिश दुनिया है, जहाँ पर लोग अपने बारे में सोच रहे हैं और पड़ोसी के दर्द के बारे में किसी को नहीं पता है, तो आप लोग इतने बड़े इशू पे काम कर रहे हैं, जो कि समाज में इस तरीके के जो वंचित और लोग हैं, बच्चे हैं, स्पेशल किड्स पे आप लोग जो इतना अच्छा आप लोग ने क्रिएटिव काम किया है, आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई, शुभकामनाएं। और मुझे ये अवसर दिया तो आपको पुरस्कृत करने का, तो इसके लिए बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं।
थैंक यू सर। तीसरा नाम है पार्थी, जो स्टूडेंट है बीए साइकोलॉजी लवली प्रोफेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी की, और इन्होंने काफी अच्छा काम किया है। ये हमारे यंग इंडिया स्पीकिंग क्यूब, जो लवली प्रोफेशनल में हमारा लोकल चैप्टर है, उसकी कैंपस एम्बेसडर भी हैं।
पार्थी जी को बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत शुभकामनाएं। ऐसे ही काम करते रहिए और सोसाइटी में आपका जो योगदान है इसी प्रकार से समाज को भी आगे ले जाएगा, और निसंदेह आपके भी भविष्य में जीवन में बहुत सुधार आएगा। जो आप लोग काम कर रहे हैं, इससे बहुत विल पावर आप लोग को मिलेगी, और जब दूसरे के लिए कुछ करते हैं तो एक ईश्वर भी शक्ति देता है और समाज भी अप्रिशिएट करता है। तो पार्थी जी, आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई।
थैंक यू सर। चौथा नाम है एलिस। एलिस भी स्टूडेंट है साइकोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट लवली प्रोफेशनल यूनिवर्सिटी, और इन्होंने भी बहुत अच्छा काम किया है।
एलिस जी को बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत शुभकामनाएं। और इसी तरीके से आप काम करते रहें, और समाज को बहुत आवश्यकता है इस प्रकार के काम की। और जो क्रिएटिव आप लोग काम कर रहे हैं, ये बैक एंड पे जो काम होता है वो दिखता नहीं है किसी को, पर ये बहुत जरूरी काम है। अभी अगर मैं तो आके 4 शब्द बोल के चला जाऊंगा, पर आप लोगों ने जो कितनी मेहनत करी है इसके पीछे, मैं समझ सकता हूँ कि कितने टाइम से आप लोग इस पे एफर्ट्स कर रहे हैं। तो एलिस जी, बहुत बहुत बधाई, और इसी प्रकार आप लोग काम करते रहें, और जो भी
Thank you so
हमसे भी
much,
जो
sir.
भी एफर्ट्स होगा पूरा करेंगे, और आपके उज्जवल भविष्य की कामना करता हूं मैं। थैंक यू।
नेक्स्ट नाम है नंदिनी। नंदिनी एमए साइकोलॉजी डिपार्टमेंट ग्राफिकेरा यूनिवर्सिटी देहरादून से है।
नंदिनी जी को बहुत बहुत बधाई। ग्राफिकरा यूनिवर्सिटी तो वैसे काफी अच्छा काम उत्तराखंड में देहरादून में कर रही है, और आप भी आज जो इतना क्रिएटिव काम कर रहे हैं, इसके लिए आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत शुभकामनाएं। ऐसे ही काम करते रहिए, आपके उज्जवल भविष्य की कामना करता हूँ। नंदिनी जी, बहुत बहुत बधाई।
और आखिरी नाम है फिजा। ये भी एमए साइकोलॉजी की स्टूडेंट है और ग्राफिकेरा यूनिवर्सिटी देहरादून से है।
फिजा जी, बहुत बहुत बधाई, बहुत शुभकामनाएं। और इसी तरीके से आप काम करते रहें। और ये जो क्रिएटिव टीम ने, जो पूरी टीम ने काम किया है, मैं समझ सकता हूँ इसके पीछे कितना हार्डवर्क, कितनी मेहनत है। और इसी तरीके से आप लोग आगे बढ़े, और मेरी तरफ से आपको बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं, आपके उज्जवल भविष्य की कामना करता हूँ। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। और मुझे ये अवसर देने के लिए डॉक्टर दीपिका चमोली, ग्राफिकरा हिल यूनिवर्सिटी, और स्पेक सोसाइटी, और स्पीकिंग क्यूब को बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत आभार।
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद पंकज जी। पंकज जी, आपने अपने इतने बिजी शेड्यूल से 5 मिनट हमारे लिए निकाले। वो
मेरा मेरा
वो
मेरा सौभाग्य है। और इन फ्यूचर जो भी इस तरीके के आपके प्रोग्राम्स होंगे, इसमें बढ़ चढ़कर मैं हर तरीके से भाग लूंगा। और जो भी मेरे से हो पाएगा आप मुझे बताएं, मैं इसमें पूरा जो सहयोग हो सकता है हर तरीके से हम करेंगे। और एक समाज में आप लोग जो काम कर रहे हैं, एक नया कीर्तिमान स्थापित कर रहे हैं। आजकल की इतनी दुनिया, भाग दौड़ वाली दुनिया में, जहां लोग अपने जो निकटवर्ती लोग, रिश्तेदार हैं, लोग हैं, अपने भाई बहन हैं, उनको नहीं देख पा रहे हैं, तो आप लोग समाज की चिंता कर रहे हैं, तो ये एक बड़ा बड़ा विषय है। तो बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। मैं आप कहूँगा थैंक यू।
ओवर टू यू अनूपा।
मुझे इजाजत है, मैं जा सकता हूँ।
थैंक यू ही बोल रहे हैं। फिर
थैंक यू
उसके
सो मच,
बाद
थैंक यू सो
अनूपा,
मच।
2 शब्द पंकज जी के लिए, 2 शब्द प्लीज।
मैं बोलता हूँ।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल
कैसे हैं?
डॉक्टर
कैसे?
वेद।
नमस्कार भाई साहब, नमस्कार।
नमस्कार।
नमस्कार, सादर सादर प्रणाम भाई साहब।
जैसे ये पंकज है ना, ये पंकज जैसे जो फूल होता है, कमल, वो विपरीत परिस्थितियों में ग्रो होता है हमेशा, है ना। और ये जो पंकज है ना, ये हमेशा उत्तराखंड की विपरीत परिस्थितियों में नेतृत्व करता है, उसके साथ
नहीं,
खड़ा
आप
रहता है, उसके साथ लगन से। और मैं कहता हूँ समाज में 2 तरह के लोग होते हैं, एक तो होते हैं लिब्बा और एक होते हैं दिब्बा। लिब्बा होते हैं लेने वाले, दिब्बा होते हैं देने वाले। तो ये दिब्बा है, ये समाज को सिर्फ देंगे, है ना। और मेरा तो अनुज है, तो
मेरा सौभाग्य है, और मुझे हमेशा आपका मार्गदर्शन और हमेशा सहयोग मिला है भाई साहब। आगे भी इसी प्रकार आपका सहयोग और मार्गदर्शन की अपेक्षा करता हूँ। जहाँ कुछ कमियां, गलतियां होती है, तो वहाँ भी आपको पूरा अधिकार है उसको हमें मार्गदर्शन करें और सही रास्ते पर लाएं। और आपका बहुत लंबा अनुभव सामाजिक जीवन में है, और उसका लाभ हमें मिलेगा, तो और कुछ अच्छा कर पाएंगे समाज के लिए।
पंकज, कभी भी कोई गलती नहीं होती, इम्प्रोवाइजेशन होता है। हम, क्योंकि जितनी भी इनोवेशन हुई हैं वो गलतियों से ही हुई हैं। जिनको समाज ने कहा गलती है, वहां पे एक नया कुछ को क्रिएट हो गया। तो एक अच्छे सामाजिक इनोवेटर हो आप, आपको भगवान ऐसे ही मार्ग पर प्रशस्त रखे। गॉड ब्लेस यू, गॉड ब्लेस यू।
थैंक यू भाई साहब, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। आपने ये अवसर दिया इतने क्रिएटिव टीम को ऑनर करने का, तो मेरा सौभाग्य है। मैं पूरी टीम को आपकी बधाई देता हूँ, और मुझे ये अवसर दिया, इसके लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद भाई साहब।
थैंक यू पंकज भाई, थैंक यू सो मच।
थैंक यू डॉक्टर जमोली। ठीक है सर, ओके। बहुत बहुत बधाई, शुभकामनाएं सर, थैंक यू।
Over to you, Anupa.
Thank you, Mr. Pankaj Chetri, for felicitating our creative team. Now it's time for vote of thanks. So, a very good afternoon to all. I am obliged to present a vote of thanks on the behalf of Team Speakingcube. Our chief guests, Mrs. Madhu Bhatt and Dr. Neil Cobran, deserve special recognition for accepting our invitation and being here with us today. I would like to extend gratitude to our guest of honor, Dr. Rajesh Singh, to enlighten us with his words of wisdom, and Mr. Pankaj Chetri for facilitating our creative team. Next, I would like to thank our eminent speakers, Professor Dr. Angelina Mafula, Professor Dr. Uma Shankar Singh, Dr. Vij Mohan Sharma, Professor Dr. Raj Kiran Dontu, Dr. Prabha Lama, Mr. Saurabh Kaushal, Dr. Narottam Sharma, Professor Dr. Mohammad Amin Wani, and Professor Dr. Nidhi Verma. I would like to thank you all for sharing their knowledge with us on this forum. I would like to thank Dr. Deepika Chamoli Shahi, Founder, Director, Speakingcube, Dr. Rita Kumar and Dr. Chetan Shada, Advisors, Speakingcube, for constantly guiding and supporting us through this whole event. Last but not the least, I would like to thank Ms. Neha Bharadwaj, HR Speakingcube, and the entire creative team of Speakingcube for their hard work in making this endeavor a success. I would also like to express my gratitude to all the participants present here today for their patient listening Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone.
And a big, big thank you to all from my side on behalf of Speaking Cube. A big thank you to my advisors, Dr. Rita Kumar and Dr. Colonel Chetan Sharda, to all my experts in Speaking Cube, to all my collaborators and associates of Speaking Cube, to my HR, to my HR intern, to the whole creative team who has worked day and night to make this event happen. So any conference, any seminar, any workshop which we are organizing is only and only for awareness. It's an important part. Every time we take something very important, which is basically lying down at a corner in the society, and we are not talking about it. We are only talking about, okay, the problems with the special kids. But we are not talking about the potential in the special kids. In Sneham, we have done it with the help of a lot of special educators, my own fellow colleagues. We have designed a program wherein we have enhanced the livelihood skills, the activities of daily living. We are working on brain, we are working with them in physical exercises and brain exercises, coordination exercises, and a whole curriculum is being formulated by a lot of experts, resulting in a massive improvement. Right now, we are only running it. We are running Sneham in weekend. There are only weekend classes, but literally, the result you have seen. This is the result of only 8 classes. 8 classes in a month, weekend classes. So if we can educate the parents to do parenting in such a way where they can instill a seed in their child, a seed of honing the potential in their child, you can understand what the world would be. So let me share, because we are ending the program, let me share my own story. I was not a very intelligent student. When I was, I think, 5 or 6 years old, I told my mother I am not so fluent in reading, both in reading English and Hindi. And my mother said, okay, it's not a problem. So if you are not able to read English and Hindi fluently, then what you can do is you can rehearse it, rehearse and then go to the school. So I was a very go-getter kind of personality, but lacking something not in understanding, but in articulation. She used to make me repeat it at least 10 times before the class, right? And it helped. And in a period of probably, I don't think in a period of 6 months, but lesser than that, my rate of speech increased. There was so much of clarity. And then my mother said, practice makes a man perfect. You can change the structure of your brain. She was an ardent believer of spirituality. She was an ardent believer of Swami Vivekananda. And she said, there is nothing known as I cannot do. You can do everything because you are a human being and you have a divine within yourself. So I believed in that. And the result was when I did my PhD in cognitive psychology, when I saw my marks of my coursework, I was surprised myself because it was like 400 out of 400. And I thought, okay, can it happen? I asked my guide, can it happen? She said, I am not the one who has checked your paper. Some external has checked your paper. So go and ask her, and that external doesn't know you. So this is what it is. So if I would have been in this era, people would have labeled me dyslexic or learning disability, but I was not. I was always an above average child, but having some difficulty in reading. So these are the things that we have to instill in the parenting. So it's a very small example, and probably we have a lot of examples with us. So people right now on this forum, we have 53 people, and I think 80% again are the students. There were 160 registrations, right? And still we have 53 participants here. That means these participants are really interested in special education. So just pick up one child, adopt one child, and help that child to nurture, as Dr. Bridge has mentioned, then we will be able to create a better world for the society and for all of us. Right? So thank you for the intent that you all have, that we all have, because of which this seminar has become a successful seminar. And those who want to connect with us in the form of interns and volunteer in whichever way, whether perinatal, whether special education or mental health, whichever way, you people are most welcome.
मेरे को भी कुछ कहना है.
Please, over to you, Dr. Bridge.
थैंक यू डॉक्टर दीपिका. जहाँ पे ना इतना बड़ा कैटलिस्ट बॉम्ब होता है ना, वहाँ पे चमत्कार होते ही हैं. तो डॉक्टर दीपिका अपने आप में जो है ना, वो इतना बड़ा मैग्नेटिज्म है. पारस है ये, तो इस तरह के लोग हैं, इनके पास से गुजर जाओ तो आप कुछ सीख लोगे, आप कुछ बन जाओगे.
बिल्कुल सर.
है ना. तो आज इनके लिए और आपकी पूरी टीम के लिए एक शेर अर्ज है. तदबीर से तकदीर बदलने का गुमा है मुझको, तदबीर से तकदीर बदलने का गुमा है मुझको, फकत आपका साथ मेरे गुमा का हौसला है. थैंक यू सो मच. थैंक यू सो मच.
So thank you all the awardees, thank you all the experts, thank you my creative team, and thank you the most important audience. Stay connected and we will announce the best presenter award in the group. Bye everyone.
Bye everyone. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
If someone is left for their paper presentation, kindly inform us in the group. Thank you.
Thank you. ये जो इशू क्रिएट हुआ ना